It's the Orioles on Masson, and tonight, bobbleheads all around. The Oakland A's and the Orioles. This is game 2 of the 3-game set the Orioles need to get a victory in this one tonight and give themselves a chance at the series win and make it a rubber match for tomorrow. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne. Welcome to the Orioles. They had their 4-game win streak ended last night. Did not get the offense done that they needed. Had a lot of opportunities, 7 of the 9 innings, getting the leadoff man on base, but could only produce a couple of runs in those innings, and they were in separate innings. So the Orioles tonight, a little more clutch hitting maybe to try and get it done. There was a little fire in the game last night. It's about being hit by a pitch. It started in the 5th inning. Barton at the plate. He would take the shot from Brian Mattis. He got the first base and said, "That's twice," meaning you hit me twice this year. Lugo, bottom half of the inning, he took one middle of the back and didn't like it. He said after the game, "That was a little too high, a little too close to my head." Both teams were warned about it. Jim Palmer players always say about that, that's come and gone, and there won't be any carryover. We'll see.
Well, yeah, we will see. You know, I mean, Brian Mattis is pretty simple. I hit 3 guys. Just happened to hit Derek Barton twice. Of course, he doesn't pitch his, pitch his way better, so he tried to come in. He was a leadoff guy on third base, but part of the game. I mean, Lugo, obviously it hurts when you get hit in the back, but the Orioles were down 2-0. Like I said last night, I thought, he took one for the club. He just didn't know he was doing that. But again, I mean, the Orioles, you win 4 in a row. Now the Oakland's won 4 in a row. Both of these clubs need wins.
All right, Kevin Millwood's going to be on the mound looking to win his 3rd in a row. If he can get that run support, bobblehead night, Matt Waiters. That's what's on that bobblehead. A lot of fans on hand to get it. Jeremy Guthrie on our Wired Wednesday. We'll listen in.
Run so fast. If they all just walk, they'd all get there at the same time to find all the balls. They just have agreement to walk instead of run. No lack of hustle by the fans here in Birdland.
What a glorious evening and day here in Baltimore. Just a magnificent night for baseball. Clear blue skies. Good crowd on hand here tonight coming in on the Matt Waiters bobblehead night. Let's take a look at the starting lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. For the A's with Bob Guerin, it'll be Chris, Barton, and Jackson, Suzuki, Kosmanoff, Sweeney, Ellis, Gross, and Pennington. Mark Ellis against Millwood, 375 lifetime number.
And tonight's scouting report is brought to you by PNC for the achiever in all of us. And here it is, the 400th Major League game, 392 starts for Kevin Millwood. And then let's disdain the dinger. When he does not throw home runs, he's got a 2-game winning streak, which we'll talk about. He's 96 and 50. And again, extend that 2-game winning streak. And how do you do that? Keep the ball in the ballpark. That's the magic part of the formula for Kevin Millwood.
And he has indeed been keeping it in the ballpark of late. That's why he's got the 3-game win streak going, as Kevin Millwood has gotten it turned around in one very important area, and that's in the run support department. You see the first 14 when he went 0-8, and the last 2 which he's won.
Yeah, and those numbers reflect while you were in the game. 116 pitches to get through the first 5 innings against the Marlins. So he didn't have his best start, but you can see again, one of the games down in San Diego, big ballpark, kept it in there. Orioles did not play very well defensively, messed up a rundown, but he persevered. And then against the Marlins, he was able to get out of a jam in the 5th inning, and then they got him enough runs to win. So 5 and 6 runs. And again, that seems to be the magic. Again, the magic number for the Orioles, over 4 runs a game. 3 runs or less, they're 2 and 41. So put some runs on the board. Figure it out.
And the same thing for the A's, Jim. The A's are 33 and 7 if they get 4 or more runs, and that is the best mark in the American League. Here's Coco Crisp. Are they happy to have him back? He had a 3 for 4 in the ballgame last night. He will take it outside. Injured, so he has been out most of the season, but last night started with a walk, a single, a triple, and then a double added to it. So a tremendous start for him, and he would score a couple of runs from the leadoff spot for the A's. Millwood's delivery to him will be taken for a strike.
He did everything you want a leadoff guy to do. He got on, he scored the runs, again playing center field. He is swift. Made a great diving catch in left center field in a very close game in the late innings.
He has not hit Millwood particularly well. 2 for 15, now 2 for 16 against him. As Torres has got it, 1 away.
Well, there's our defense. Corey Patterson thought that Adam Jones actually called the ball. Wynn knocked it down, made the play. Then you can see Tejada. So it's Patterson, Jones, Markakis. Pretty normal outfield with Reimold down in AAA. Tejada, Esturris, Moore, and Wigington. Scott Moore at second base, and then Matt Wieters, as he was last night behind the plate. Actually, he didn't play catch last night. He came in and pinch hit.
Yes. Millwood working here to Barton, and our defense was brought to you by Cisco Federal, a proud mission partner to the United States Department of Defense.
Actually was standing next to the plate, not behind it last night when he hit and walked.
Okay.
Kept that 6-game hitting streak alive.
There you go.
Here we go. That was close.
Here's Derek Barton. And he take that one for a strike. Barton, as we noted in the pregame, was the one who got plunked by Brian Mattis, and Brian said he did not hear him say that's twice as he headed down to first base because he had been hit by Mattis before this year. He will foul that one away off Millwood. He has gone 3 for 12 lifetime against the Oriole starter. Barton has put up solid numbers working in the number 2 hole. He's got some extra base hit power, especially towards the gaps. Orioles claimed as a left-handed hitter to go towards left field.
Yeah, doesn't hit a lot of home runs. In fact, all of his home runs are on the road. Of course, it's a pretty good pitching ballpark. The numbers certainly illustrate that for the A's.
20 doubles on the year for him. That pitch is just going to miss down low. Bob Guerin's ball club looking to win a season-high 5 in a row if they can win this game. They are 38 and 40. They picked up a game last night, are 9 behind in the division race, and trying to get close enough so that when the trading deadline comes, they're a buyer and not a seller. Towering pop-up he turned on way back into the seats, and it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Well, an important part of the schedule for them, because they played Pittsburgh. They beat them 3 in a row. The Pirates, read the paper, pathetic, pitiful. They're not a very good ball club. Not by them. That's what the writers were talking about. Then they come to the Orioles, who, even though they had played well by sweeping the Nationals, certainly down at the bottom of the rankings in most things. So big opportunity for them.
They got the Angels coming up, too. That'll be played by Moore at second base. Barton is retired, and Kevin Millwood gets 2 down here in the first inning, and this is no small matter. Kevin has allowed at least 2 runs in the first innings in the last 7 starts. There have been 20 first-inning runs in his last 7 starts, and what's amazing about that is he started the season exactly the opposite. He did not give up any first inning runs in his first 9.
Well, remember we went to Seattle? I mean, he had given up 1 walk in 20-some innings. So really a great start. Struggled, not obviously the last 2 starts, but went through a period of 4 games where, just gave up a lot of runs, which is unusual the way he pitched early.
Here's Connor Jackson. Jackson will take the pitch away for a ball. Jackson anchored in left field and in the number 3 spot since being acquired from the Diamondbacks. He had a 1 for 4 in the ball game last night. He had gone 0 for 11 before he got that base hit. He's had only 1 hit in his last 12 at bats over 4 games. Jackson they acquired in hopes of making the chase in the West with a little more offensive punch. Bob Guerin's team lives on pitching, particularly starting pitching. They do not have the offense that the other teams in the West do. Seattle being the other that gets it all done with pitching. So this ball club's got to pitch and field.
Yeah, and they got Jackson to help him score some runs.
He'll take the strike, 2-1.
And his numbers when he was healthy, and he was able to do that with the Diamondbacks, pretty much 06, 07, around 280 to 290. 12, 15 home runs, good on-base percentage, good plate discipline.
2-1 delivery on the way to him, and Jackson will get a base hit into right field. It was an inside-out other way. Take the ball, he did, and with 2 down, a runner on at first base.
Well, he gets the base hit, Gary, and then if you're Kevin Millwood as a veteran at 35, you learn something about him. Because now okay, that's his approach. He's very capable of insiding the ball. I always wanted to know that, just in case he comes up with some runners in scoring position. You got to stay out of that zone.
Here is Kurt Suzuki. Had himself a big ball game in the opener last night. He went 2 for 5 and picked up the RBIs early in the ball game and had a total of 3 of them by the time it was done. Takes it outside for a ball. He too has struggled against Millwood. Only a couple of hits in 18 lifetime at bats for Kurt Suzuki off the Orioles starter Kevin Millwood. Kevin trying to make it 3 in a row with a victory here in this ball game. He will keep a close eye on Jackson, as the Orioles would like to do under Juan Samuel. The A's do run. Juan Samuel wishes he had a few more of the galloping kite, but he just doesn't, and so it's kind of hard for the Orioles to steal bases. The Oakland, on the other hand, they've been 57 stolen bases to only 13 times caught.
Yeah, we saw that last night with the 4 steals.
And everybody said afterwards it was not about Tatum catching. It was about the fact the Orioles, Brian Madison in particular, just not holding the base run.
Yeah, later on against the bullpen. So you try to seize the opportunity. And we've seen under Juan Samuel that the Orioles have run more. And again, it's a big difference between talking about it and doing it. Yeah. I think Samuel is going to prod them a little more.
2-1 delivery on the way. The slider will miss outside, and he falls behind on Suzuki, 3-1.
Well, you get an idea that Kurt Suzuki's got a pretty good idea what he wants to, because he just took almost the perfect slider down and away, and by taking it, he runs the count into a hitter's count. A little more focus when you get runners on. You like to see that.
Big time difference for Suzuki, and he put that one a bit inside, had to pull the hands in, and he will foul that one away. So Kevin Millwood gets the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. For Kevin against this Oakland team, he's had 17 starts against them. This is the 18th. He is 6-4, a 3.44 ERA. That earned run average against the A's is his 2nd best against American League teams that he has faced 5 or more times. He's done pretty well against the A's over the years.
Yeah, you look at those numbers and you're wondering, okay, is that a couple of years ago, different ballparks and whatever, but I think we found out what he has to do to be successful.
Tejada will knock that one down. His throw to first base in plenty of time. Suzuki is retired. So Millwood does not get up the first inning run, and a runner left on. Always coming up. the ballgame.
And let's take a look at our PNC scouting report on the 31-year-old, soon-to-be 32-year-old right-hander. Road woes has not, and along with the rest of his starters, hadn't won a lot of games on the road. The high ERA, they don't score a lot of runs for him, 3.14. And then when it comes to leading and throwing some extra base hits, number one in the American League with extra base hits against, 14 home runs, part of that equation.
See if the Orioles can take advantage of those problem areas for Sheets. Patterson leading it off. Corey is matched up against Ben Sheets in 40 at-bats, and he has gone 9 for 40 against him. The bad part of that is the strikeouts.
Yeah. Only 17.
17 Ks.
Well, he's a different hitter.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't get the 2 strikes, because then we'll see Sheets' big curveball.
He comes inside to him. Corey's got a 4-game hit streak coming into this. Hitting at .273, as you saw, 3 home runs and 10 RBIs in the year. We talked about the possibility of the Orioles running. Obviously, Corey Patterson, one of those who has to get on if the Orioles are going to do that. And that's exactly what he does. He gets the base hit into center field, and the leadoff man now has a 5-game hit streak. And Sheets will have to go to the stretch. So the Orioles will try and get 1 or 2 early runs here off Ben Sheets. And again, they get the leadoff man on, as they did last night. 7 out of 9 times, but scored in only 2 of those innings.
Well, that's the way the game started last night, and you figured Corey with 12 out of 13 in the stolen base column and great success. They might be able to get him to second base. It just didn't happen.
And there he goes. He's running. Here's the throw by Suzuki. It's there, and he's out. Boy, that was taken by Pennington in front of the bag, and he had to reach back. Suzuki throws out 28% of base runners. Got him.
Yeah, pretty good jump. Not a huge lead. I mean, straight steal. And then again, the glove awaiting there. I mean, watch this quick release. Boom. Ball tails. Get it out early. Nice.
Nice throw. That one in the gap to left center field, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. Jackson will cut it off and get it in. So Tejada follows up the caught stealing with a single of his own. Well, the Patterson takeout looms even larger. What we were talking about, teams scoring a run in an inning where they get the leadoff man on. In Major League Baseball, that happens 47% of the time. For the Orioles, only 40.3. That is the lowest in the majors of getting a leadoff man on and scoring in that inning.
Yeah, the other part of that equation, and you always talk to young pitchers, and I learned it early in my career, usually if you get the first guy out, it goes down into the 15% range. And obviously it'll vary from team to team. But it gives you an idea of how important it is not only to get the first runner on, but what you do afterward. What's your hitting approach? What's your situational hitting? So again, I mean, that's where the maybe the lack of that such has really hurt the Orioles this year.
Yep. Patterson caught stealing only for the second time, by the way. He's 12 out of 14. Tejada's on for Markakis, and Nick will take the ball to left field. Connor Jackson. So 2 down. Tejada goes back to the bag.
Well, take a look at their defense. This is last night. I mean, the single, the double, the triple, great catch, 2 runs scored. And when you're going to win by 2 runs, 4-2, you better pick it. And he does. Jackson, Crisp, and Sweeney. Ryan Sweeney in right field tonight. Kuzman off, Pennington, Ellis, and Barton. And then you already saw Kurt Suzuki hitting star last night. Already threw out Corey Patterson.
Both the Orioles and the A's are tied in fielding percentage for 6th in the American League. However, the A's have committed 3 more errors. However, the errors have hurt the Orioles more than the A's. Foul back by Wigginton. The unearned runs department, the O's have given up 33 unearned runs this season. The A's have given up 24, even though they've committed 3 more errors.
Yeah, neither of the teams, as you mentioned, score a lot of runs. I mean, the A's 11th, 3rd least amount of runs scored, and then the Orioles 13th out of 14 teams.
Wiggy fouls that one back. Wigginton had an 0 for 4 in the ballgame last night, but he's got great numbers against Ben Sheets. Of all the Orioles in the lineup, nobody even close to Wigginton. He's hitting .364 lifetime off sheets, and he has 2 home runs against him.
Yeah, there are the numbers you're talking about. He just had a breaking ball up in the zone that he put a home run swing on, but fouled it back.
That one to short, handled by Pennington. He'll go to second to Ellis and get the force out. No runs and a couple of hits, no errors, and 1 left on base, 1 complete here in this gorgeous evening. No score. One, Luna. Put a lantern up there. You'd know if they were coming by sea or by land.
And you can see forever today here. Boy, what a day. Yeah.
Johnny Mathis. 1-0 count. Kuzminoff 0 for 5 in the ballgame last night, but he made some very fine plays. 3 real good pickups of ground balls at third base last night. He fouled that one back into the screen to even the count up against Millwood. 1 ball and 1 strike. The A's during their 4-game win streak have gotten it done all around. They've outscored the opponents 26-8 during the 4-game streak, coming away last night with a 4-2 win. They out-hit the Orioles 11-5 in the ball game. 1-1, took it on the outside corner, 1-2.
Yeah, a little bit of a disappointing month for them. Note they've gone 10-16. Only the Orioles, Jays, with worse records in the American League. They had lost 8 out of 9 before this 4-game winning streak.
This one is popped up first base side. Wigginton. Not going to have a play on that. Yeah, but I mean, incredibly, this Oakland team, when June started on June 1, they were ahead of Texas by 1 game and led the division. They are now in third and are 9 games behind, having lost 16 of 22.
Yeah, and Texas had that, 11-12 game winning streak. Yeah. Josh Hamilton with the 22-game hit streak. Boy, he can carry a club. Bullpen very strong.
So it was a very big negative month for Oakland, and you figure if they're going to make a run in the sense of going out to try and get some help before the trading deadline, they've got to at least get to single digits. I mean, you really need to be down around 5 or 6 games at most. 1-2 delivery, and a slow chopper down to third. Trouble if failed. It isn't. Tejada, and he had to make sure he picked that up before it got to the bag too, because it was close.
Yeah, you got to wait, and most ballparks really slant because of drainage. But again, the great drainage system here, so go get it. Yes, not much you can do until it rolls foul if it's going to.
Kuzminoff would have had that beaten out easily had it stayed fair, but it did not. He'll stand back in with a 1-ball, 2-strike count for Millwood. Against the Orioles, Couple of hits, 16 at bats this year for Kuzminov. He'll take that one up high. And the count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to take that pitch last night because Fielding Culbreth had a high strike zone. But everybody's going to have to figure out what Marty Foster's strike zone is. It's not going to be belt high like it was last night.
2-2 delivery to him. Kuzminov to short. This Torres.
No, come on.
Good pick at first by Wigginton. And one away here in the second inning. Visit Orioles.com now for your chance to own a piece of Orioles history. The throwback jerseys and hats worn on Saturday by the Oakland Nationals are now up for auction. Proceeds go to the Orioles Charitable Foundation. You can bid even for the Orioles game-worn helmets and jerseys that were worn in the pregame ceremonies by the members of the 70 World Champs. Each item autographed and authenticated. Bidding closes Monday, so go to Orioles.com. Great items for a chance to pick up some nice memorabilia and for a very good cause. Millwood with the first out. Here's Ryan Sweeney. Sweeney did not play in the ball game last night. He's the right fielder in this ball game. The Orioles would just as soon he never played. Sweeney is a .290 hitter this year against the here in Baltimore, and Sweeney's hit well over 300 against the Orioles, and he's 6 for 15 with a home run lifetime off Kevin Millwood.
Yeah, he's just a line drive guy. I mean, you could see, all those at bats, only 1 home run. Been a little bit of a slump lately. I didn't know it, but I met him years ago. He came down actually playing amateur baseball. A good friend of mine, Mike Adams, one of the top 30 pros every year, and actually we ended up playing a few holes together. But he was about 16 then. So he's played in the big leagues, came over the Nick Swisher trade. And we traded him to the White Sox.
That one in the air, not too deep. As Torres out, and he's got it. Sweeney will always be a big out in this ball game. Anytime you get him, you're getting one of the guys that you worry about in this game just because of what he's done against the Orioles and Millwood.
And the other number you look at, of course, how do you do when you get guys on and he's hitting close to 300 at 299, about 6 points higher than his average. But again, in one of those mini slumps over the last 16 games.
That'll bring up Ellis. He too good numbers off Millwood. Ellis had a 1 for 4 in the opener last night, hitting .272 now, a couple of home runs, 18 RBIs. Kevin with 2 down and nobody on. Strike taken. Ellis a .375 lifetime average off Kevin Millwood.
And I always looked at those things when guys like Mark Ellis, he probably would have hit me pretty well because I was a high ball pitcher. Kevin Millwood's a high ball pitcher, and he's a high ball hitter.
Ellis takes that slider away. Ellis, 229 batting average at home and 312 on the road. And his home runs, 13 of his 18 RBIs, all on the road. Even though this ball club doesn't play particularly well away from Oakland, they're 14 and 24 now on the road.
And one of the reasons is because their team ERA from the starters is 5 runs a game. And for a team that's third in pitching overall, that's pretty amazingly high number. Tells you something also about what goes on in Oakland. Great park to pitch, a lot of foul territory.
Just missed. Millwood thought he had that, and a 3-ball 1-strike count. Kevin, when he thinks he's got a pitch, gives you that very slow, deliberate look in and a slow walk back.
Kind of the way he talks.
Yeah. They're not very demonstrative about it, but you know what he's thinking. Here's the 3-1. That'll be rattled to short. As Torres, can he get him? Not in time. So Ellis will get the infield single. Second hit for the A's. Both have come with 2 down. Good try by Torres, but he had no chance.
Yeah, good range, and Cesar's been around long enough to know he's not going to have a play on that ball.
So on with the base hit is Ellis, and up comes Gross. This threesome that hit back to back to back in the order, Sweeney, Ellis, and Gross, even though they're down towards the bottom of the order, 6, 7, 8, they have the real good numbers against Kevin Millwood. Gross is 5 for 6 against Millwood with a home run. He had an 0 for 1 in the ballgame last night, but with those numbers, he's in as the DH. 2 down, runner at first base, and a strike. Against the Orioles this season, Gross has gone 7 for 13. 2 RBIs. In 6 previous games he's played against the O's. Gross has been one of the premier pinch hitters in baseball. Now gets a shot in that DH role as well. Not a big lead for Ellis.
Yeah, he's a lot like Nick Markakis in the, I guess, in the sense that he, of course, he doesn't play as much, but 12 hits to left, 15 up the middle, and only 8 to right. So you know, if you look at his spray pattern as far as the way he hits, you pitch him away, he's going to left field. He's not going to try to pull the ball.
Pitch will be taken outside. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Gross.
And those are the guys that are the toughest to get out. They may not hit the most home runs. He did hit 2 years ago with Tampa, 13 of them. In fact, they had 11 walk-off wins, and he drove in the winning runs 3 of those 11 times. So he was an important part of their success.
1-1 count for Millwood. Ellis, the lead, fakes the go. Pitch will catch the inside corner for a strike. The left-handers against Millwood this year, a very high .330 batting average. Right-handers 267. 19 home runs surrendered by Millwood on the season, 9 by the lefties. Left-handers have had a big jump in batting average against him compared to his career batting average of 271 by lefties. It's all the way up to .330 this year. Here's the 1-2. Great off-speed delivery. Millwood gets a strikeout, his first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. Orioles will have Scott leading it off.
.265, and for Luke, somebody that can go into a 0 for 21 slump in between those hot streaks, that's a good sign. He told me last night he felt good at the plate. He's getting that snap back in his wrist, and he's hoping that he's heating up. Gary.
And Amber, that consistency obviously is what he and the Orioles are hoping for, and so far in the last couple of months he's done a good job of it. Scott, the off-speed delivery, and he will take that, and it misses. Luke hitting .284 in the month of June with a couple of home runs.
And you could just tell. I mean, just much more confident. And, having some success has a lot to do with it.
Good pitch by Sheets as he came back inside on him. Luke's the DH in the ballgame tonight. He is 3 for 16 lifetime off the 31-year-old right-hander, Ben Sheets.
Well, you like to think he's going to get a fastball to hit here. Nope, changeup. And he chases it a little bit out of the zone, but certainly hittable. You can see what the pattern is. Try to stay away from the fastball. Of course, Sheets, when he's going to turn 32 in July 18th, and he had the shoulder problems and the flexor problems in his elbow and whatever, but used to be a guy that could strike out more than 1 per inning.
Sheets, a much lauded player out of Northeast Louisiana University. When the Brewers took him back in '99, he was a first-round 10th overall selection, and he was the Brewers' most valuable player in '03 and '04, and had some pretty good years, but has never lived up to the potential, and he's really mad at himself as he surrenders a leadoff walk here to Scott.
Well, I think, in talking to Kurt Young, who's terrific pitching coach for Oakland, he just said because of the shoulder problems and whatever the result of it is that it takes him a while to get into the game, so he can get through the first 2 innings. The velocity will get up. We saw already 90 last inning, 93, maybe a little bit wild. So part of it is, I guess, when you get a little bit older or you've had injuries, and I went through this, it takes a little bit longer to get loose.
The Orioles will like to take advantage of that. That one in the air by Jones to right field. Going back is Sweeney. Warning track wall. Looking at. Goodbye. Home run. Adam Jones with a 2 RBI homer. Continues his homer pace in June. That is the 8th home run this month. And the Orioles have a 2-0 lead.
Well, welcome to Camden Yards, Mr. Sheets. You can see, you walk a guy, you want to be aggressive. 93 right in the middle of the plate. Kind of stays with it, inside out, high fly ball into the flag court. Not by much, but here, that's all it takes. The short porch.
13 home runs on the year and 35 RBIs for Adam Jones. And over the last 10 years, he has now, in the month of June, tied Luke Scott for most homers in June over the last 10. He and Scott each with 8 apiece. Look out to Wieters.
Look at the fastball. Gets up to 94. The mad ball, but both of them out of the zone.
Wieters has got a 6-game hit streak. He did not play last night as a starter, did pinch hit, drew a walk, and as a result of that, kept the streak alive, in which he's gone 8 for 19 with 8 RBIs during the 6-game span for Wieters. And it is his bobblehead night after all. So he'd like to clock one. The ball, not the bobblehead. A 3-ball, 1-strike count.
Well, he's just trying to relax. Bat head awareness, where the path of the bat head to the ball. I missed that one right there, and that's that I'm trying to hit too hard. Just got to relax. I mean, all the things that you learn when you get your bats. The hundreds and into the thousands. What did Tony Gwynn tell us in the booth that day? Maybe 1,800 at bats. To really try to figure it out.
3-2 is fouled away. Maybe that man is done. He's picked the numbers up a bit at home. He was really struggling here at Camden Yards. But now, even though the numbers aren't great, he's hitting .237 at home, .238 on the road. He's had a couple of home runs here and 4 home runs away. Well, those are equaling out a little bit. 3-2 delivery on the way to him, and a ground ball towards second base. Ellis. And that is the first out of the inning. Tonight's Maryland Lottery Hit It Here fan of the game, J.R. Massey from Baltimore. If an Orioles player hits the Hit It Here sign located in the bullpen, J.R. Massey will be $100,000 richer. To find out more about how you can become the fan of the game, visit mdlottery.com/hitithere. J.R., good luck. And Moore will take the pitch for a ball. Scott Moore getting the start. Comes in with a 3-game hit streak. He is starting at second base in the ball game. 1-0 delivery lifted towards left. Connor Jackson diving and makes the catch. Nice play by Connor Jackson, who did not have a lot of time to get to that ball.
No, he didn't. Second line drive, and if you don't get a good jump, it's going to fall in front of you. And right here, here's the end of the play. Just gets it before. It's that cesta, the big glove underneath it before it hits the grass. And Juan Samuel says, "Are you sure?"
Second base umpire actually made the call at Hickox. Both he and the third base umpire, Felden Culbreth, were looking out that way.
Wimbledon's going on. This is a little top spin.
He caught it.
Yep.
And held on to it.
Not by much, but nice catch.
He didn't think so.
Well, he caught it. As much as you want hits.
That was caught.
It was caught. It happens.
Here's Torres. Torres has got a 5-game hit streak as he had a 1-for-4 in the ball game last night. He's faced Sheets 24 at bats, 3 for 24 against him.
You know, when we used to play Oakland, when they had Ricky Henderson, Tony Armisen right, I mean, they really had an outfield. Terry Crowley had line drives over shortstop. Ricky would be playing so shallow he'd come in because he had such great ability to go back. Dwayne Murphy in center field, what an outfield. And he'd always be going, come on, but.
And outs and out.
And outs and out, yeah. Frustrating. But it's a quality of bat. I mean, can't do much more than Scott Moore hit on the nose.
That'll be fouled off. And again, pushing for video replay, which I think his time has come. That's one of those easy ones where players might feel a little better if they know an umpire upstairs is looking at it and would correct it if the wrong call was made on the field. Certainly the World Cup is showing soccer. It's got to get into the century. Base hit into center field. And Torres has got a 6-game hit streak. Just a nice, easy swing.
And then on the big diamond vision, you either have thumbs up or thumbs down, depending on what
the fans vote.
Yeah,
like
no.
What
the umpire? Umpire in the sky.
Oh, okay.
You just kind of wait
back to the Roman Coliseum.
Well, I was kind of getting towards that. That's what I was thinking about.
Let the fans make the call. Yeah.
Well, I'd actually defer to the umpire
or die.
That's fine, right? It's kind of that same.
And you can be overruled by the umpire, which never changes. Here's Corey Patterson. Patterson, leadoff batter, singled his first time up. A lot of base running this season against Ben Sheets, as opponents have really tried to dig in against him and steal some bases. So he's very conscious about what's going on the base paths. That one in the air to right center field. Crisp is back and makes the catch. Coco Crisp running into the wall with a tremendous defensive play, and it looked like he banged his head against the wall and hauling it in, but he held on.
Yeah, long way to go, and then the impact. A padded wall, even though it's got to hurt when your head hits it. So terrific play going to left center. It doesn't get a whole lot better than that. Had to go a long way.
Wow. Tremendous catch made. And here's Coco Crisp, who is just getting back into the lineup for this team coming off the DL. Guerin is on his way out to check on him. Crisp was playing in only his 9th game of the year. I don't know how he held on to that. And he even tried to hold it up a little bit to show the umpire. First base umpire Gary Cederstrom was running out to see if he'd actually held on.
Yeah, I think he's able to catch it right before impact. Otherwise, no doubt that ball's coming out of his glove. But I mean, this is the one thing about Coco Crisp. He does get hurt a lot, and a lot of people joke about it, but he does play the game very, very hard, and there's the results of it. Easy to kind of shy away from that, but then you don't catch it.
Everybody's on the field here, and I'm not sure why.
Well, I had to, because they don't know whether they called him out or not, but
we called him out.
Yeah, I understand. And it is the third out.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my card saying, did I miss an out?
Like, isn't that the third out of the inning? But everybody's hanging around. The catcher, Suzuki, is still down, as though he's waiting to start it up again. Did they not call that a catch?
Well, they had to call it a catch.
No, I don't think so. That's why the A's are still out on the field.
Well,
I'm sorry. Catcher's interference. So as far away from the play as you can get, there was a catcher's interference.
So that's a base hit, right?
Well, you just put it down as catcher's interference. And That's why they're staying out on the field. So the call was made by the home plate umpire, Marty Foster, while the out was being called by Gary Cederstrom. I don't see that either. Well, the Orioles get a break. Runners at first and second, 2 down, and Tejada will pop it up. Second base, Ellis. And he's got it for the out. So, great catch by Crisp, but got overruled. The Orioles, however, get a 2 RBI homer by Adam Jones, and it's the O's taking the lead 2-0. What was the call on that?
It was catcher interference, Gary. I guess he needed to wait whether Coco will cut the ball or if the ball was going to be out of the ballpark. But once he caught the ball, he made that call. It was a catcher's interference.
So the bat hit the glove on the swing?
Yes.
Because we actually couldn't see it on the replay. Adam Jones is having a great month, Juan. Talk about him for a bit, would you?
It's no doubt. You know, to me, he's been a little bit more patient and getting himself in a good hitter's count. And when he's getting those fastball on that count, he's not missing them.
You know, you were a great base stealer. You know, 70s, the 50s, the 40s, as far as stealing bases. I don't
Wait a minute.
No. I'm talking about the number, not the year you played. You may look like you played the 40s, but on a serious note, the club is a little more aggressive. Is that going to be part of the MO? I mean, you got some other guys that probably could do a little bit more running.
To 7 baseball-related surgeries that
Well, of course, that's my style. That's how I play the game, man. We're not hitting a lot of home runs, so we have to create. We have to manufacture runs, and that is definitely my style.
And another thing is, Earl Weaver, everybody, Hall of Fame manager, and he was tough on you, but he was always relaxed, and I see the sense that you're not too uptight. I mean, obviously you'd like the club to play a little bit better, but it doesn't. I mean, you want the players to understand that this is a game. We want to have fun. We want to do our best, and we want to win. But you seem very relaxed about it.
Well, yes, we do want to have fun. We do want to win, but we also need to play good baseball. We need to do things right, and to me, your players will feed off you, your personality, and I'm always been an even keel guy, but it's time called for me to talk to guys about not doing the things that we're trying to do, trying to enforce. Of course, we have no problem approaching those guys.
All right, Juan, we appreciate it. Thanks for joining us.
You're very welcome, guys.
Juan Samuel joining us on our Wired Wednesday live from the dugout. That was Pennington picking up the base hit, a leadoff single here in the third inning. 3 singles on the board now for the A's. And back to the top of the order in Coco Crisp. Crisp, who lined out his first time up. At first base, Pennington bunting for a base hit. Millwood will play it and flips and gets him. So Crisp will get a runner down. Pennington probably credited with a sacrifice, but he does get a sacrifice, but he wanted a base hit out of that.
He really did. And, of course, because you field your position, and you can see Millwood, 35 years old, just got a haircut, so he's a little swifter than normal, a little shovel throw. But, again, they give you an out. You do get a runner in scoring position, but I always thought early in the game they're going to give me an out. If you do your job as a pitcher, it does take more away from the chance of them getting a big inning.
That'll be the first sacrifice for Crisp in just his 9th game, of course. So that puts Pennington down at second base. And that will bring up Barton. Barton will get the RBI chance here with one away. He grounded out his first time up. 3 for 13 lifetime now against Millwood. One down and a look back. Juan Samuel was talking about that before the game today, about the 4 stolen bases last night, saying when you get the younger pitchers like a Brian Mattis, he says they're concentrating so much on the next pitch. That's going to be a base hit into right field. Markakis, Gallego will hold Pennington at third on the throw-in. So Barton is on with a single, first and third, one down. On Saturday, July 17, first 25,000 fans, 21 and over, will receive the Brooks Robinson replica jersey presented by Real Street Staffing. Don't miss your chance to honor a Birdland legend and dress like a hero. For tickets, call the Orioles, 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com. What Samuel was saying is you get the younger pitchers so concerned about making the perfect next pitch when somebody's on base, they don't hold the ball long enough to get the runner to lean back or get flat-footed. So when you got Guthrie and Millwood on the mound, it gives our catcher a better chance. Said it's something the young pitchers just learn as they go along that the older pitchers have already learned. And if it means you step off or hold the ball a little longer, you give your catcher a better chance to make a good throw and get an out.
Well, you really do. And, Matt Wieters has been working on his throwing because he got in a little bit of rut with his footwork. Jeff Datz works with him. They go down in the cage and do that.
That one grounded to third. Todd is going to go for one. They're going to go for two. And got it! Big double play that will save a run. And Millwood gives the fist pump to Tejada. They made a nice pivot here and a good quick throw by Moore over to first. Guthrie is Beethoven. Talking about playing the piano with a fan on our Wired Wednesday.
No. Actually, he was asking him, where can I get some piano lessons?
Yes.
Why would you think a guy hanging over the left center field wall would know that? Paul, you went to Stanford. You think
Listen, he was educated on the farm, if you know about the university. So you ask those kinds of questions when you come out of that university.
Okay. Wonder if he got an
Why?
answer.
I don't know, but you do. Stanford. 2-0 count on Nick Markakis. Markakis flied out his first time up. When they changed the nickname so that it would not conflict with the Native Americans recognition, the band didn't like the changing nickname, so they refused to wear uniforms, refused to adopt the nickname of the sports teams at Stanford, and the band is now called The Tree. That's the name of the band. And it's led by a tree that comes out in front of the band onto the field with a big baton marching around. It's a wonderful thing. Only at Stanford. They don't march together. They just got to come out in different parts of the field and play something and then go back. A strikeout for Sheets, his first of the ball game, and Markakis retired, one away here in the third inning.
Oh, that's the Ben Sheets that they knew at 94. Throws it right by Nick Markakis. I mean, the second straight fastball. Get him to expand the strike zone. Doesn't do that very often.
And our Expo brought to you by H.H. Gregg. We make buying TVs and appliances simple. H.H. Gregg. Price and advice guaranteed. Ty Wigginton hit into a fielder's choice. His first time up. Orioles with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom half of the third inning. Wigginton an 0 for 5 in the 2-game set so far. With the victory last night by the A's, they have assured themselves of a season series win for the third consecutive year against the Orioles, and it's going to make it now 11 of the last 12 years they've won the season series. Gilsmanoff, he can play down there.
Well, again, only he had the best fielding percentage of any third baseman, 3 errors last year for the Padres, and then of course the A's looking to get some more.
Head-to-head this season for these two teams, Orioles have not hit, obviously, against the A's. The run production as a result less. They have out-homered them. ERA a bit higher, and the A's, when you put all that together, have a 6-2 series lead this year. Here's Luke Scott. He'll foul it away. Scott with 2 down, nobody on, drew a walk and scored ahead of Jones on the homer in the second inning.
Yeah, even last night's, kind of a mirror image of what the season's about. They win 4-2. You have all kinds of chances, but you don't just seem to be able to capitalize on them if you're the Orioles. And the A's usually don't beat themselves.
One ball, one strike count on Luke Scott. 3 for 16 off Sheets. Right-handers pitch way up high. Suzuki up to get it. And a 2-ball, 1 strike count.
Nothing wrong with Ben Sheets' stuff once he gave up the home run to Jones. It got much more electric. Velocity went up 4 to 6 miles per hour. And he's got a nice variety of pitches.
And that'll be taken inside. Sheets and Millwood facing one another, kind of the same sort of objective by the teams that picked them up. Both veterans, both looking to solidify a staff. Sheets having missed the entire season with injuries. Millwood coming off some good years. And both have had their problems this year. Millwood with not much run support to help him out early on in the year. And Sheets with an ERA over 5. They're both trying to find their place with their ball clubs.
And again, he's pitched pretty well at home, but it's yet to win on the road. The combination of not pitching well. He got the 3rd highest road ERA, almost 7 runs a game. So he hopes to lower that tonight. And then, of course, you never want to, at least I never wanted to walk Luke Scott for the second time to get to Adam Jones, who's already homered. But a lot of it has to do with the fact that Luke has been hitting well. So you can try to make your pitches. If you don't do it, sometimes you walk people.
That's going to get away. And down to second base goes Scott. We'll wait on the call.
Well, this hit him right in the glove.
Pass ball.
The only thing I could think of, and if he had crossed him up, he would have gone out there. He just boxes it. And it gets away from him. And Beach is now going to have to deal with runners in scoring position, and on the year 324. Not a great number.
Great chance here for the Orioles. And that one hit in the air to left field. That's to the corner Jackson, and he can't get it. That'll take a hop. Scott will easily score. It'll be a double, and Jones off to a big night. His 3rd RBI in 2 at-bats, and the Orioles lead at 3-0.
So both of the walks end up scoring. The one on the home run by Adam Jones. And here he just gets a curveball that stays up. Now again, slowing everything down. He waits, the front foot gets down, curveball stays up a little bit, he hooks it into the corner. And nobody plays it. And it gets by Connor Jackson. He knows there's going to be a double. Cruises into second base.
So the Orioles extend the lead to 3-0. That is the 5th hit in the ball game that they've had against Ben Sheets. Bear in mind, Sheets has really struggled as he has picked up a win. He got a win in his last start, but he had gone, he's only had 1 win, 4 losses, and 4 no decisions over that span of 9 games. Matt Wieters grounded out his first time up. And the Orioles have a couple in the second, another here in the third, and Jones in scoring position. And they picked that run up with 2 down. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and Wieters will foul back. Here you see the extra base hits allowed. Ben Sheets at the very top of that. Baker, Santana, Shields, and Nick Blackburn.
How about Shields? I mean, he's like 0-7 in his last 7 decisions with a 7.34 ERA.
Figure that one out. That one one-handed down to first base. Barton's got it, and he will take it to the bag for the out. But the Orioles add another. 3 RBIs in the game for Adam Jones, and that's the Orioles' 3-0 lead. Just a beautiful night to have your hair done. Apparently forgot to dry it. The hat fits good. That's what matters.
That used to be Oscar Gamble.
Oscar Gamble.
That's the way I'll tell you, he was an amazing guy. He stood so close on the plate. Rick Dempsey used to put the glove. You couldn't see the glove. It was behind his knees. And then he'd open up, and he was a demonstrative pull hitter.
And his hat fit like that.
Yeah, it did.
On top of the fro.
Well,
here is Kurt Suzuki.
Otherwise, the hat would have been too big. A lot of hair.
And that will be taken up high for a ball. Suzuki grounded out his first time up. Kuzmanoff and Sweeney. Kuzmanoff and Sweeney do up. Kuzmanoff. That was a good one.
Kuzmanoff.
I don't know where that came from. 1-0 count. Wigginton is over and will not have a play on that. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Well, it could be Kuzmanoff.
It could be, but it isn't.
I mean, he and Jeremy could be playing duet on the piano.
Oh, yes.
Yes, he would be. Wouldn't be Kuzma, it'd be Kuzmanoff.
It'd be Rachmaninoff.
Right, well, that's where I'm trying to get to right there, too. Kuzmanoff. And Guthrie.
1-ball, 1-strike count. And Millwood leaning him back a little bit up high, and the count goes to 2-1.
Jeremy would be the guy, in chopsticks, just pounds the one right, and the other person actually does the key.
Actually plays.
That would be Kuzmanov.
That's right. Well, we said he had 5 months of lessons, right? 5 months?
5 weeks, I'm not sure.
They were required in school or something.
Can you imagine a guy hanging over the left field fence going, why is he telling me about piano? I want to, when are you going to use your curveball? Come on, come on.
Going to talk about 5 months of piano lessons? I don't care. Okay. 3-1 delivery and a ground ball down to third. Tejada, short hop, and that one beat him. And Suzuki is on. That'll be an error.
Not an easy play. I mean, feet are set a long way, and then just doesn't make it. And again, just hasn't played there that much. It's such a difficult position because you talk to all the shortstops, whether you talk to Belanger or Aparicio, you usually get to pick your hop. You don't get your feet set. There's a rhythm to it. Third base it's a tough rhythm to get to, and it just takes ball after ball after ball.
Well, let's see if Oakland can take advantage of the error, or whether the Orioles can cover this one up. A couple of errors last night did not affect the scoring. Kuzmanov grounded out his first time up. Runner at first. He hits that one towards the gap. Coming over Patterson, and he's gone. One down here in the 4th inning. And it's time for our AT&T Mobility Trivia question, and it is name the 2 A's who have hit for the cycle against the Orioles. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Carney Lansford.
Joe Rudy?
And Joe Rudy.
Well, they had Joe Rudy T-shirt night.
Boy, did we pull those names
No,
out.
no, I can't go, no.
No?
Well, they could have, though. No.
It's got to be somebody here. Here's Ryan Sweeney. If it's not somebody here, then our director doesn't have anybody to
I'm going Mike Bordick. Mike Bordick.
All right, Mike Bordick. Answer is Tony Phillips and Eric Chavez.
Really?
We could have sat here for 1,000 years and never got that. Of course, that's usually the
Of course, I saw Bordick. Mike's been here the last week in the Oriole organization, working with young players coming up here, so I figured that name ought to go out there.
Yep. We should have gotten Chavez, though. Just
why? You don't think about triples.
No, you don't.
Just think of home runs.
Ryan Sweeney popped out first time up.
And Gold Gloves.
Yes. 1-1 delivery to him. That'll be outside. Runner at first base. Orioles have the 3-0 lead. 3-5-1 for the O's. 0-4-1 for the A's. By the way, the run in the third inning for the Orioles was unearned because of the pass ball that moved Scott down to second. He scored on the Jones double. 2-1. I had to check on that. The pass ball is not counted as an error. You don't have an error put up, but it does affect whether the run is earned or unearned, so the pitcher's not charged with it. 3-1 count on Sweeney. Millwood, 2 walks and a strikeout. And that one is going to be swung on. No walks and a strikeout with it.
Yeah, perfectly placed there because, again, remember the 96 and 50. That's his lifetime record when he keeps the ball in the ballpark. 2-game winning streak, hasn't thrown any home runs. And when you get into these counts, even though Sweeney only has 1 on the year, he's looking to drive something.
Runner was going. Patterson coming, can't get it. And it bounces away. Suzuki's going to score. And Sweeney will go down to second base. And it is a 3-1 game as Patterson not only could not make the catch, but he could not prevent the ball from going by him.
And Juan Samuel probably figuring what went on there. I mean, it's a big swing off the end of the bat. I mean, Suzuki doesn't get fooled. The play's in front of him, and he knows he's not going to catch it. And then I don't know if that hits something. And again, heads up, base running, going to score easily. That's the part of the problem. I mean, there's your first run, but also the runner into scoring position. Another one when you had a 3-0 lead, now down to 2.
That'll be a single. An error charged on Patterson, allowing the run to score and allowing Sweeney to go to second. They are going to appeal at third as to whether or not The runner touched the base. They're not doing it right, though, and the home plate umpire, Marty Foster, is trying to explain this. Millwood's got to go to the rubber.
He's got to contact, start the game again because there was timeout. Step
now
off
he can
the
step
rubber.
off. Yeah. Now he can throw to third, and now we'll get a ruling. Safe. The home plate umpire, Monty Foster, makes the call because he went down to cover third. Third base umpire had gone out to watch the play. Looks like he got it all.
Yep. Good base running. I mean, really anticipated that Corey had no chance of scoring, so he was going to be at third, and then the error allows him to score.
So a 3-1 ball game, and here is Ellis, who singled his first time up, and he'll foul that one straight back.
And another guy, and they don't hit that well which is why they're 11th in runners in scoring position, and the dearth of home runs, but he's one of their better hitters with runners in scoring position at 300. Had some hamstring problems when the Orioles were out there in April.
Ellis with the 0-1 delivery, and you'll take the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Ellis here in this ballpark, a .261 hitter. He's had 4 career home runs here at Camden Yards in his career. Ellis down on the count here, though, 0-2. Millwood's delivery to him, and he'll punch that one foul.
Boy, a little extra there at 93. You don't see Kevin be able to reach those kind of stuff, but just a little extra. Thought he might get it by him, and with the A's, they did it so well last night, just flick balls away and try to get deeper into the count.
Oh, 2, 1 away. Moore holding the runner close at second base. Ellis takes it away, and a 1-ball, 2-strike count. So the A's getting the inning started with an error at third, then getting a run scored with an error in left. 2 errors in the inning. 1-ball, 2-strike count, and asking for the timeout was Ellis.
And they're going to say thank you very much, because that's the way they beat the Pirates 3-2. 4 errors on Sunday afternoon and a 3-2 victory. Suzuki hit a walk-off home run.
All unearned runs. That one he waited on. Tejada knocks it down, bobbles it twice. Not a pretty inning. It is going to be a base hit for Ellis. Staying at second is Manov.
Not just a breaking ball that stays up, so it's going to get hit hard. And again, I mean, perfect fielding positions, but again, the short hop. He just hadn't played there enough to be able to go back a little bit. Very difficult play there. The other one, very makeable. That one, I mean, you've got to be one of the better ones to make it because of the short hop. Hard to catch.
So the Orioles D letting him down here. Runners at first and second, a run in, still only 1 away. And Gabe Gross coming up, designated hitter, a strikeout victim, his first time up, the only K in the ball game for Kevin Millwood so far. Boy, Millwood really having to dig down here in this inning, try and find that second out.
Well, you might have to get 5 or 6 of them the way it's going. And that's not always easy to do.
Dangerous situation here with Gross. DH who's done well against Millwood. Wieters is going to go out maybe more than anything just to give Millwood a little break here. Juan Samuel kind of staring out there at this point. That play is not made. Gross with a home run, 13 RBIs. Tejada with one of the errors, Patterson with another. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's going to come inside, and it will go to 2-0.
And what you talked about, again, lifetime 5 for 6, now 5 for 7 with a home run, so it's not a good matchup for Kevin Miller. And you want to, when you have to face a guy like Gabe Gross and he's got good numbers, you want to face him on your own terms, not with runners all over the bases.
Gross will take the pitch, and that is a strike on the inside corner. Oakland team becoming more patient at the plate as the season goes along, realizing their offense will in large part again be generated by getting people on base and trying to move them around. They're not going to do a lot of slugging. They're taking a lot of pitches of late. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and Gross not catching up with that one. 2-2.
Yeah, a little cut fastball. Terrific pitch.
Three-1 lead for the Orioles. Oakland threatening here with 2 on and 1 down. Millwood looking for either the strikeout or the ground ball. Try and turn the double play. Here's the 2-2 to Gross. And he'll take that one into right field for a base hit. Sweeney the turn. They're going to wave him home. Here's Markakis' throw. Not on line, and the runner will move up to third. Sweeney will score. Gross will get the RBI single. It is a 3-2 ball game, and the A's have runners at the corners with 1 out.
Yeah, a little curveball that's just going to creep into right field and the throw off line a little bit. Should have cut it. Because now all of a sudden, as you mentioned, they have a runner at third with only 1 out, so much easier to get that tying run in.
So Gross delivers, and now just a 1-run differential. Gross getting his 14th RBI of the year. And the number 9 hitter, Cliff Pennington. Pennington had a single his first time up. Pennington now 4 for 8 lifetime off Millwood. Runners at first and third.
Well, it's what you talked about again, that one number that jumps out, the 330 average coming into the game. Left-handers have off of Kevin Millwood. You know, he made a pretty good pitch on the curveball to Gross, but he made a better pass at it and was able to get it into right field.
The advantage of being an all-fields hitter.
Yep, exactly. It's only his 9th base hit to right field. He sprays it all over the place.
Pennington with the 0-1, and that will be up high. Pennington at 254 with runners in scoring position on the year. A chance for the A's to tie the ball game up. Anything that would get that run in. Ellis from third base. Pennington, a couple of hits and 5 at-bats in the 2 games so far. Millwood, runner goes from first, swung on and fouled off. So Gross was running. And this is the kind of game the A's play. Guerin, even people you don't think are stealing, he'll send people just to try and get the defense moving around.
And you have a real hot hitter. I mean, he's 23 for his last 52, which is almost 450. That's how hot he's been after hitting 056. He would put a 3 for 46. So again, he's hitting well. You know he's going to make contact, seeing the ball well. And kind of force him to swing at a pitcher's pitch there, or maybe a pitcher's pitch. But
1-2, runner not going. Up high, 2 ball, 2 strike count.
I was talking to Jim Scanlon, their hitting instructor, and he said it's not that we go up there looking for walks. We just, until we get to 2 strikes, we go up there trying to get good pitches to hit. Why do you want to swing at pitcher's pitches early in the count? And that's what they attempt to do. Kind of control, good plate discipline, controlled aggression.
Here's the 2-2 delivery, and that's down low. Boy, this has been one tough inning for Kevin Millwood. 3 ball, 2 strike count, 1 down. 2 runs are in. Ellis on third. Gross over at first base.
Eric Fantasy, pitching coach, has got a feel for his starter because all kinds of outs. He had 27 pitches, and it all started with the error and then misplaying left and rollers through the infield because you had to hold runners on.
Runner goes, and it is fouled back. So Pennington keeping it alive. Gross getting his workout in. He'll head back to first base. And Millwood will hold the count here at 3-2 on Pennington with Coco Crisp, the leadoff batter, waiting on deck. Oakland, there's a sense of urgency around this team right now. You can feel it. They know that if they're going to make a run, they've got to do some numbers gaining between now and the All-Star break. Runner goes again, 3-2, and the throw down. Got him, runner. Coming home, was that a strikeout or not? They're saying no. It is a walk.
Yeah, the ball's off the plate.
Pennington picked up the walk. Ellis will score. The ball game is tied. I think they got the out at second base, but maybe not.
We'll take a look right here. So it's obviously outside. Quick release. And again, the runner doesn't even hesitate. Well, they tagged him. Got him right in the face.
Boy, have we had some wacky calls in this game.
Well,
Ellis comes across with the third run. He does it on the throw to second base.
Well, the runner's got to be out. He tagged him.
They called him safe.
Well,
I'm sorry. With the walk, he's at second base anyway.
Oh, well, you're right. Unbelievable. There's your two-seamer. Checks his swing, and he's looking right down. Did he go? And he says no. Because they're thinking, obviously, the ball's outside. They're looking about, did he swing at it? And there's the tag in the face. But, again, if it's a walk, it's runners at first and second.
And that is a stolen base by Ellis. He steals home. That is the call because of the ball four. So Ellis is credited with stealing home to tie the ball game up. Gross, who would have been out, but obviously with a walk behind him, he's down at second base anyway. So the runners are on at first and second, and there's still only one away. Back to the top of the order, and Coco Crisp, who has sacrificed and lined out. We've had some strange situations here early in the game. Chris to right field. Markakis going back. Warning track wall. Goodbye home run. Coco Crisp delivers a 3 RBI homer, his second of the year. And the A's are on top 6-3.
Now watch the slider just kind of come down and in, and he just drops the bat head. And Markakis is going to run out of room. Ball flying as the weather gets warmer. Well, again, he's just trying to put a good swing on it. He gets out of here.
So Crisp is having himself quite a series. The home run, good for 3 RBIs. And the fourth inning for Millwood, a disaster. Barton is the 8th batter to come up. The Orioles have committed 2 errors. Another ball that could have been an error and wasn't. And now they've got 6 runs on 8 hits on the board against Kevin Millwood.
Well, as we mentioned in our scouting report, 400th game. And I'm sure he's had something like this, but you can't have had too many innings like this. Unbelievable.
6 runs in for the A's. The Orioles started this inning with a 3-0 lead and now trail by 3.
And you think about it, I mean, the only glaring pitch was that slider that Coco Crisp was able to put a good swing on. Everything else hit softly, in between people, not played for errors.
Barton with a single, and he is grounded out. Still only 1 away, and the pitch is inside. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Well, the A's, not noted for putting home runs up, get a big one from Crisp, and Kevin Millwood. Home runs continue to be an enormous problem for him. The 20th surrender, the most by any pitcher in the league. That'll be fouled away, and it will stay at a 2-ball, 2-strike count. And again, the left-hander. As we were noting how they have hit Millwood hard. Crisp, a switch hitter, getting that homer left-handed. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Delivery on the way. Towering pop-up, shallow right center. Markakis, Jones will put it away. Barton retired for the second out of the inning. Base is cleared, 2 away, and Connor Jackson. Jackson, the 9th A to hit here in the 4th. He is singled and hit into a double play. Hitting at 247. With the A's, game number 14. And takes the pitch for a strike. No home runs, 4 RBIs so far for him. A couple of doubles. And for Kevin Millwood, a long inning. He looks to end here. He's already up to 83 pitches in the game. 0-2.
And I think it's fair to say, other than the one pitch, he's got pretty good stuff tonight. I mean, better velocity we've seen. Perfect night to pitch. It can really energize you after all the hot weather. And he just gave up 6 runs. But this was a collective 6 runs.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody kind of seemed to help. Well, the good news is you started the inning with a 3-run lead, so you're only trailing by 3.
15 of the 20 home runs he's given up have been hit here at Camden Yards this year off Millwood. 1-2 delivery, just missed. Orioles were heading to the dugout on that pitch, but did not get the call. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Connor Jackson with 2 down. Outfield deep, straight away on him on the 2-2. And he'll foul it away to keep it alive. To this point, at least, not exactly what Kevin Millwood had in mind for his 400th Major League game and his 392nd start. And the same for Juan Samuel.
Yeah, but he just wants to get out of the inning, get back on the bench.
Plenty of time left for offense. In the air to right field, Nick Markakis over in the line. And will make the running catch in foul territory to end the inning. But it is a big 6-run inning, and the A's now have a 6-3 lead. And will face Moore as Torres and Patterson. Moore denied a base hit and a great catch made by Connor Jackson his first time up. That was in the 2nd inning. Pitched away by Sheets and 1-1. These two pitchers not used to all these runs crossing the plate as Millwood and Sheets are 2 of the top 10 least supported pitchers. Millwood getting 3.1 runs per game, 6th lowest. Sheets 3.18, 7th lowest in the league. 2-1 delivery off the fist foul back 2-2. And this thing looks like it may be an offensive affair.
That it could be. You know, you got to like Sheets' stuff. Just can he command it? Can he get ahead?
2-2 delivery. Got him. So Sheets gets the called 3rd strike. 1 away here in the inning. On Friday, July 16, the Orioles returning to Camden Yards after the All-Star break. Hope you'll gather up the family and friends for fireworks night. Stay at Oriole Park after the O's take on the Blue Jays for a great fireworks display. For tickets, 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com. That's Friday, July 16. Storis extended his hit streak to 6 games with a single he picked up in the second inning. And he will chop that one foul. 2-strike count on him.
Yeah, pretty nice feeling to going into the 4th inning trailing 3-0, and you come out there. If you have one of those shutdown innings, your hitters get to grab the bat and get Millwood out there again. And such sense of momentum in this game. And a lot of it has to do with your starting pitching.
Yeah. Fouled that one back. Interesting that this is the season we're looking at the offensive numbers overall around Major League Baseball. Last year, 9.23 runs. This year, 8.95. Pitch will be taken up high, and the home runs are down as well. So both runs and home runs this season around Major League Baseball have been reduced. That caught Suzuki. And they'll give him time to regroup as he got that one on the skin of the arm. Those numbers that take a look at it, came right up and caught him. Those numbers we were showing you with the runs and homers down is the first time since '92 that teams have averaged fewer than 9 runs a game, and the first time since '93 that teams have averaged fewer than 2 home runs a game combined. So again, this season of pitching and defense continues towards the All-Star break.
It really does. More of an impetus on speed. ERA for the National League is down to 4.17, and the American League 4.12.
Who would have thought that?
I mean, it's usually definitely higher in the American League. Even though we saw in the interleague play, the DHs hit they out hit them 275 to 15, but home runs down.
3-ball, 2-strike delivery on the way, and fouled away by Storis. And the count will stay at 3-2. Some say it's the end of the steroid era that's finally catching up with everybody. Maury Chass had an article talking with Tim McCarver about it, and Timmy's saying that he doesn't buy that. He says if steroids affected one part of the game, it also affected the other, meaning pitchers and hitters. That'll be hauled in by Crisp. McCarver said, I just think there are a lot of good young pitchers around now, and that ultimately is making the difference.
Well, that's certainly part of it. Just look at some of the young guys for Tampa, but I do think that the drug testing and the fact that they do test for amphetamines. I mean, a lot of players and people that I have talked to said that a lot of players used to use them because, well, they were legal. I mean, somewhat legal. Apparently you could get them, and they gave you keener senses. And when you play, I'm not trying to come up for a reason, but it's
we talked about that.
Yeah, and
the uppers and downers that were so discussed in the history of baseball, greenies and reddies. Here's the 1-0 delivery. That one in the air to right field, hit hard. That is way back, and goodbye, home run. Corey Patterson not to be denied this time. He gets the homer, and the Orioles get one of the runs back, and it is 6-4.
Well, that ball got smoked. Whoa. And swinging the bat awfully well. Here's your 4th drive of the game. Fastball up and away. Just goes out and gets it. Belled high. Terrific high ball hitter for a left-handed hitter. And hammers it into the seats.
And your local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford, drive one. He did. Drive one. And it is his 4th home run of the season. That one launched towards center field, coming crisp and diving, and makes another fine catch. And Tejada is retired. But Corey Patterson delivers the 2-out homer, and the Orioles get one back to make it 6-4.
San Diego, the Perches they had up there all over the
all those
city.
great buildings. Pretty good way to watch a game.
Oh.
Hello.
But you had a great time at the Grand Canyon, didn't you? With all those echoes.
Right at the very bottom. Here is Suzuki. And he will take the pitch inside for a ball. Suzuki reached on an error in the 4th inning and grounded out. So Kevin Millwood now just trying to do what we've talked about so often. Hang on. Had a bad inning. Come back. Try and keep the pitch count down. Stay in long enough for the offense to get a lead back for you.
Yeah, I think he's conservatively, if he can, that pitch I think what, the 90th or 91st, if he can 90 pitches, relatively quick inning, and he's thinking about throwing 100. I mean, perfect night to throw 120 pitches, capable of doing that. That should get him, if he's able to get him out, somewhere around the 6th inning and take your chances.
2 ball, 1 strike count. Suzuki trying to extend the 4-game hit streak that he has going. And the 2-1 delivery. And that'll be fouled away. Two ball, 2 strike count on Suzuki.
Yeah, second in the American League in home runs by catchers, even though he missed on about 20 games. 19 games, yeah.
2-2 delivery. And Suzuki to third. Ooh, foul ball. That just missed the corner of the bag. In fact, I thought it hit it and redirected it, but not so.
And again, off the line, playing where you're supposed to. Not a lot of easy plays for Miguel. That ball just off the corner of the base.
2 ball, 2 strike count. Hey, one thing, in the first 2 games played in this series, the A's have found a way to do things with ground balls that don't happen very often. 2-2 delivery, and that'll be in the air to right. Markakis coming, diving, great catch! Nick Markakis in fair territory when he caught it. Retires Suzuki.
Well, that'll help out. Leadoff runner, long way to go. You can see him shaded all the way out, and what a nice play. Boy, there have been 3-4 outstanding defensive plays tonight. The Jackson, the Crisp, and now for the Orioles, Markakis. That might even have been a triple, because if he doesn't catch that and he gets by him, it's going into the corner.
Or more.
Yep.
A big first out here in the 5th inning. Usmanov will foul that one away. He's gone 0 for 2. Has grounded out, flied out. Looking for his first hit in the series, as he's got an 0 for 7 in the first 2 games. He's not done well hitting here. Only a couple of hits lifetime in 18 at bats here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. 0-1 pitch to him. Up and in, gets the cut. 0-2. Usmanov in the month of June came into this game batting .350, including 5 homers and 14 RBIs. He's 5th in the American League in hits in the month of June, which of course ends today. 0-2 delivery. And thinking of that, if you haven't cast your All-Star ballots yet, tomorrow's the last. It's today. What's today? Tuesday? Wednesday? Is it Wednesday?
It's Wednesday.
Okay, well, tomorrow's your last day to cast your All-Star ballot. Voting ends on Thursday, which would follow Wednesday this week. 1 ball, 2 strike delivery. Tremendous off-speed pitch. Let's take a look at this day in history. June 30, 1908. Cy Young, 41 years old, threw his 3rd career no-hitter on this date. In 1961, Whitey Ford became the first American League pitcher to win 8 games in 1 month. And in 1995, our own Eddie Murray became the 20th player to get his 3,000th hit. 33 did that, and Minneapolis at the Metroville. Breaking ball. That'll be taken inside for a ball.
Well, obviously, Whitey was pitching every 4th day.
Yes.
And with Mantle, hitting 54 home runs and Maris hitting 61, and the team hitting, 240 that year? You want to get out there every fourth day.
Or third. Or every day. Here's the 1-0 delivery. And Ryan Sweeney. Sweeney's had a single and scored and popped out.
I wonder if that's the year that Louis Arroyo had like 16 saves when Ford went 25 and 3, or Whitey went 25 and 4. First time you really noticed a guy. I mean, then you had Elroy faced with the Pirates, and kind of when closers seem to come in vogue.
Were they even referred to as closers?
Well, I don't know if they were closers. They were.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Well, like Stu Miller. I mean, I still remember Stu Miller because he was a terrific changeup pitcher, and not a closer. He was our
finisher,
ninth inning guy.
Yeah, they finished the game. That term wasn't even used when they first started closing. That'll be a walk with 2 down to Sweeney. Not what no one wanted to do. No, 2 away, runner on, and it gives Ellis a chance. Ellis is already 2 for 2, and he's going to enter the record books in one way or another with a steal of home. And that's what he did in the 4th inning in an unusual situation where everybody was uncertain whether a walk had been given to Pennington on a 3-2 count with a runner going. Throw was made down to second, and while that was going on, Ellis took off and scored. That is fouled off, and when it was all said and done, it had been a walk, so there was no out at second. It was just a runner at first and second, so Ellis got a stolen base at the plate.
I mean, there were a lot of, for guys that don't really, or are not known as great base runners, as you look at Mark Hendrickson, Suzuki made a great read on the ball that fell in front of Patterson and got by him and scored all the way. Ellis didn't even hesitate. I don't think they could have thrown him out, because he was gone. I mean, he just got a great read. So, and then the little things. Orioles make the errors. They take advantage of it. But good base running in that 4th inning on the way to 6 runs, even though the one that stands out is the 3-run home run.
0-2 delivery, fouled away.
And you can see, I mean, it's a definite pattern is where he's not overswinging. He becomes a different hitter when he's ahead in the count, which is not the case here, than when he's behind. He's just trying to stay alive and either get back into the count or hit a quality pitch. It's hard to do that unless you cut your swing down.
That'll be up high. 106 pitches thrown by Millwood so far. So you believe this has got to be the last inning he will work here in the 5th. A 6-run, 4-hit 4th inning. That one to short. Misteris going to make the play over at first, and it does, and Ellis is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. It is a 6-4 A's lead.
actually met the VIP. He was down on the field. The guy who signed his little card. Told me, he loved you.
He should. He has good taste. I haven't met the man, but I can just tell. Nick Marquez. Oh, God.
Well, within 2. The O's are crawling back into this game.
Nick Marquez has struck out and flied out. Nick coming into the ball game tied for first with Dustin Pedroia and Billy Butler in doubles with 24. Vernon Wells, Torrey Hunter also have reached that mark now. He'll take that one for a strike. He's also 6th in on-base percentage in the league. And Nick, with the 46 walks he has picked up, is also 5th in base on balls. 1-2 delivery. Marquez off the fist, and he should get a base hit. Crisp, nope, gonna get it.
Well, he really does close some. Always talk about how your cornerbacks in the NFL can cover receivers and close on balls once they're thrown in the air. Well, that's exactly the way he plays center field.
He's everywhere.
Oh, he really is.
Just everywhere. And he's hit a home run for 3 RBIs, sacrificed. Ty Wigginton, 0 for 2, has grounded out, hit into a fielder's choice. And will take the pitch for his strike. Wigginton, 0 for 6 in the first 2 games of the series. 0-1 delivery, down to third, right at him. Guzman off there to make the catch, 2 down. And when they throw it around the infield, they of course throw it low at third, so he has to scoop up a short hop on the throw around. And he did. 2 down, nobody on. Luke Scott, 2 walks. The 2 surrendered by Sheets in the ball game, and he has scored twice. Jones with his 13th home run, 2 RBIs, and Adam with an RBI double in the 3rd inning. The Orioles first 3 runs, and then Patterson the home run for the 4th. Chris with a 3 RBI homer. Ellis with a steal of home. Gross with an RBI single, and another run scored on an error. The 6 on the board for the A's. Delivery outside to him, and can't throw a strike to him. 3-0.
Well, he's trying to hit that outside corner, and some nights you do, and tonight's not one of them. Early on, when the 2 previous walks, he was trying to get him out of breaking balls, get ahead, and couldn't do it, and then get a little gun show.
And for the 3rd time, Luke Scott is on with a walk.
And of course, if he was, as Amber Theo Harris said, in one of those 0 for 21s, he might be a little bit more aggressive, and he's not happy. 2-run lead, puts him on, brings up Adam Jones. Orioles got to be happy about this, though.
Yeah. Adam tonight delivering his 13th home run in the 2nd inning off Sheets. First he's had off the starter for the A's.
And then he hit a high curveball for a double right down the line. So what's he going to throw him now?
Ooh, kept it down low.
Yes, he did. 2-seam fastball with good sink on it.
Big power pitch right there.
Well, this is the one that Sheets wants him to put into play, but he misses. Look at that ball drop. Where's that been? Great movement.
2 down. 1 strikeout on Jones. Into the screen. And the count goes to 0-2.
So he goes from 91. That gives you a pretty good idea of what the difference in a 2-seam and a 4-seam fastball. One at 91, it sinks. Good run to it. And the other one at 96. I saw that Chris Tillman, who pitched last night, actually won 2 or 3 home runs, but working on a 2-seam fastball. And then, of course, Gary Allenson said he pitched in a very small ballpark.
That's up the middle for a base hit. So Adam Jones, a 3-for-3 ball game, and a shot at the cycle. A homer, a double, and a single so far.
And Sheets going to take this right here because it's not an extra base hit. For the Orioles, it keeps the inning alive. Here's your H.H. Gregg Exmo. Foot down, contact right back up the middle, and that's the Adam Jones in June, in late May.
Exmo, brought to you by H.H. Gregg. We make buying TVs and appliances simple. H.H. Gregg, price and advice guaranteed. Matt Wieters 0 for 2. Matt with a big chance here. He'll take the slider. It is in for a strike. He has grounded out twice. He is second and first. Matt hitting at .236, 6 home runs, 26 RBIs. And the fastball is going to miss inside. 2 on and 2 down. And Sheets trying to preserve the 2-run lead he has. 4 for 5 runners in scoring position. The A's have the advantage there. Wieters the other way for a foul ball. A big at bat right here. Matt has had a tough June, hitting only .208. A couple of home runs in the month that ends today. June was most complimentary towards Miguel Tejada. .321 batting average. Corey Patterson, .333 in June. Here's the 1-2 delivery to Wieters. He had to wait on it, and fortunately for him, fouls it off.
Well, you could see him for both sides of the plate, Matt. I think one of the adjustments, we saw the 3-run double last Sunday, or 2 Sundays ago in San Diego, and then 3-run home run against the Marlins, but a little wider stance for both lefty and righty. Maybe the leg kick getting a little bit lower. Now, he was never this wide early on, so just trying to get a little more balance, stay behind the ball, wait on the breaking ball.
1-2 delivery to him, reached, fouls it back, holds the count at 1-2. Pretty good battle going on here.
Yeah, Cedric Bauers, the lefty. This is what you want. Pitch count right at 90. This will be a game if we'll know how far he'll go. But anytime you get 6 runs in the first 5 innings and you're not able to get out of harm's way, it's disappointing for everybody involved.
Yep. Sheets has gone 7 innings twice this year in his 16 starts. Again fouled off. No, Wieters battling here. A 1-ball, 2-strike count. The Orioles with 2 down have Scott. He reached on a walk. Is at second now, and Jones with a single on at first. And Sheets trying to hang on to what is a 6-4 lead for the A's. Oriole base runners with the advantage of 2 down, taking off on contact here. Wieters can put one in play. One-two delivery.
97. And it's easy, 97. Kurt Young, the pitching coach for Oakland, he's got it right. I mean, once he gets loose, his stuff is... the one thing I don't see that I saw when I watched some of the games, I mean, he used to strike out a bunch of guys. Struck out more, in the 260 range, that big overhand curve. I mean, really sharp curveball.
Suzuki going out now with all these pitches having been thrown, making sure.
Well, where do you want to go? I mean, the one place they try to pitch Matt Wieters, and you can still do it with a 1-ball and 2-strike count, is inside, up and in.
And they've had Matt leaning the last 2 pitches.
Well, yeah, he's pitched out on curveballs and changeups and 2-seamers. Nice at bat.
See if he busts him inside. 1-2 delivery. Fouls that one off. Wieters hanging on to this at bat. The Orioles hope to take advantage of the opportunity here with 2 down. They picked up a 2-out RBI in the 3rd inning on the Jones double. And Corey Patterson, the home run, came with 2 down in the 4th. And there are 2 down here. Look back, nobody on the bag. Interesting that Ben Sheets, as Jim noted, has allowed hitters a .324 average with runners in scoring position and .375 when there are 2 down. Wieters is out on this one. Play's got to be made. Suzuki's throw is there. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 are left on base. It remains the A's up by 2.
should invite Cal Ripken to come to the games.
A little family discussion going on there, and there they are. Polly Ann and Terry Fox, the grandparents, next to them, and Amber's going to have a chance to talk with them during the ball game tomorrow.
They say Parkville? I think so, right around the Beltway here in Baltimore. So
the Orioles are going to go to the bullpen here, as that will be it for Millwood. He is out. Mark Hendrickson, the left-hander, comes on to pitch for the Orioles.
And I tell you what, this was the magic formula. There are the numbers on the year, but the Orioles trailed both Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. He pitched both in Friday and Saturday's game against the Nationals, held the Nationals at bay, and the Orioles came back to win both of those games. In fact, all 3 games. Their 4-game winning streak was all come from behind the bullpen, and he's been an important part of it, especially over the weekend.
Now Adam Rosales is going to pinch hit. He is pinch hitting for Gross in the DH role. Gross had an RBI single and struck out in his chances. And Rosales, 1-0 delivery on the way, and a chopper right back to the mound. Hendrickson's got it. And gets the out. So 1 away here in the 6th inning. Time now for the Lowe's Home Field Advantage. Cast your Scott's All-Star ballot at Lowe's and enter to win the VIP All-Star Experience. Compliments of Scott. The O's bullpen in this homestand outstanding. They are 3-0, 25 innings, ERA of 2.16. Strikeout, walk to strikeout ratio a solid 5-22.
That's how they won all those games. They just got behind early and they held the fort till the offense came. And that's what Mark Hendrickson's trying to do. In fact, that 216 comes down. He just got another out.
1 away here in the top half of the 6th inning. Pennington a single and walk, scored a run. Pennington 243 off the lefties, about the same 249 off right-handers coming into the ball game.
They all 3 home runs and only 1 against lefties.
1 ball, 2 strike count. And unfortunately for Mark Ellis, he has lost his steal of home plate. The official scorer has gone back and called it a fielder's choice. Here it is. A very strange play. Now that was ball 4. Nobody was quite sure. Ellis came home, so it meant the throw to second didn't matter. Runners at first and second. And Ellis came home and scored on the walk, but they changed it to a fielder's choice. So he will not get a steal of home.
I mean, aerodynamically, Fleet.
Ready.
He was ready. Yeah, it's all part of it. But whatever it's called, it's still very instinctive base running. So he got a huge jump and scored,
outside.
Well, it's a tying run, and then, of course, Chris would come back with a 3-run home run for them to take the lead.
So, Mr. Ellis, you have to leave it to Carlos Gomez, having the last stolen base for the A's back in June of 2008 against the Marlins. Logan Kensing was the pitcher in that one. That was a steal of home. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Pennington with 1 away here in the 6th inning. Top of the order, Coco Crisp waiting on deck. For the A's to score 6 runs in a road game is truly phenomenal. They have really struggled on the road and offensively and pitching. 2-2. Little off-speed delivery is going to be foul back. So Pennington doing a good job battling in that number 9 spot. It really gives them some chances, like a second leadoff man in that 9 hole. 2-2 delivery on the way. Pops that one up, way up. Shortstop, third base, who wants it? This Torres coming in. And there are 2 away here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, that's a great point. And we saw it last night with Cliff Pennington, because he poked a single right off of Mattis. He can steal bases. So now, I mean, just think about it. Suzuki comes off, he had a bereavement. He had the intercostal problem, but they get him back. They get Coco Crisp back. So all of a sudden they get a different lineup. They get Connor Jackson in a trade. So you would think that they would be a better offensive team as they go forward.
On the road, the A's were 12th in runs at 3.8 per game, 11th in home runs, and last in ERA on the road. Jim talked about that 5.17. So they have almost doubled their output of average in runs on the road in this ball game. 0-1 delivery. Hendrickson trying to get a 1-2-3 inning here. Coco Crisp, 3 RBI homer, his second of the year, 4th inning. He's also sacrificed and lined out to short. Kevin Millwood out of the ball game. 6 runs, 5 earned, 8 hits over 5 innings. He walked 1 and struck out 2, and gave up the 1 home run, the 20th offing this year. That will be inside. 1-ball, 2-strike count on Crisp. Pretty amazing. Coco Crisp has come back as solid offensively as he seems to be, in light of the fact it's only the 9th game that he's played. It's almost spring training for him here at the end of June. 1-2 delivery to him, and fouls that one away.
Yeah, the broken pinky and then the rib strain. That happened here in Baltimore. We thought he was going to be in the lineup, and next thing we know, he's not.
And the Orioles wish he wasn't this time around.
And then you see the worth of a great leadoff guy that can get on base and then, could help you with a glove.
1-2 delivery to him, and a good pitch to get him. So Mark Hendrickson comes on and retires the side in order. Orioles game 2 of this 3-game set, well within striking distance. Both teams, and Chris continued what he was doing last night out there. First ball hitting, a rainmaker to third by Scott Moore. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. We were mentioning the All-Star voting ends tomorrow, so if you haven't cast your ballot, get in, have some fun. Right now, here's the way it looks, with Morneau on top, Cano, Longoria, Derek Jeter, Joe Mauer, the catcher. You have Guerrero, the DH, Ichiro, Josh Hamilton, and Carl Crawford, the leaders in the outfield. That would be the starting group for the moment. And the National League voting. Albert Pujols on top at first. Utley, Placido Polanco, Ramirez, Molina as the leading vote getter at catcher right now. Braun, Hayward, who's not going to play probably, and Andre Ethier. Hayward's been injured. He is due back before the All-Star game, but said, if I can't play for my own team before the All-Star game, I'm not going to play in the All-Star.
Yeah, he's got the bruised thumb, and then Utley just went on the DL, as did Polanco just yesterday. So 3 of the potential starters may not play. Matt Albers. Well-rested Matt Albers.
Yes. The remainder of the roster to be selected by the managers of the teams in conjunction with the managers around the league to make sure every team has at least 1 representative. Foul back. Fans will get to vote for the final player online to fill out each roster. Players also cast ballots. A lot of voting that goes on for the final makeup of the teams. Swung on and missed. Sheets gets his 4th strikeout. Corey Patterson finally beat it in his last at bat, but boy, it was tough. Nationals denied him the long ball, and he tipped his cap. Coco Crisp denied him an extra base hit in this one. Said to heck with tipping caps. Let me just hit a home run. So he did. 4th inning, got his 4th.
Yeah, he took aim at a bobblehead. Matt Wieters' bobblehead out in right center. And scorched one.
And that one to the middle, but against the shift. Pennington up. And got him! What a play by Cliff Pennington with a little help from Barton on a very close play at first base. They had moved the shortstop over almost behind the bag. Otherwise, that's a clean single.
For Boston on Friday, but Juan Samuel wants to see him get a couple more starts in left field down there in Bowie. Remember, it was his shoulder that was injured, so they want to see him throw just a little bit more. His bat's looking great, though. He went 4 for 5 in Bowie yesterday, and he'll be reevaluated after the game today. Now, once he does rejoin the team, it's going to be an interesting situation in left field because Juan Samuel will have 3 left-handed left fielders in Luke Scott, Corey Patterson, and Felix P.A., so there could be an odd man out there. Gary and Jim?
Are you expecting a baby?
Yes, I believe the cat's out of the bag, or I've just eaten a lot of hot dogs at the park lately.
No, I actually think you're going to have a baby.
I am. You are correct. Why, thank you so much.
When's the baby due?
December. It knows about baseball. It'll be right. It'll be ready for opening day.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Gary.
Doesn't she look radiant?
She always looks radiant, but even more radiant.
Yes. Derek Barton. Big cut off the left-hander. He is singled, 1 for 3.
Well, lately Mark Hendrickson has mastered that two-seam fastball to left-handed hitters. The ball that runs down and in. And we saw that in the National Series, and there was a perfect example. So I just hope he continues making the pitches he made over the weekend.
And that's going to be a base hit. So he gets his second hit, 2 for 4, and a leadoff single here in the 7th inning. Hendrickson had retired the side in order in the 6th. And that will be it for the lefty. So Juan Samuel trying to keep this ball game right where it is. Will go to the bullpen, and Matt Albers will come on to do the pitching with Connor Jackson. And then the catcher Suzuki due up. Albers on a 6-4 lead for the A's. Hendrickson out of there. express written consent of the Orioles. Matt Albers on the pitch.
Yeah, last pitched on Thursday, earned run. The previous Tuesday against the Marlins. Gave up 3 runs, so it's been a little bit of a struggle. I mean, there are the numbers. And again, the walk's probably a little bit high. He is a sinker baller, and when he got the sinker going, even though he's come up with a slider, got the big curveball, hardly ever throws his changeup, can be very effective. And that's what the Orioles hope here, trailing by 2.
Looking for the ground ball to get the double play. Connor Jackson, he is singled, hit into a double play, and is flied out. Runner at first base, and the pitch will be down low from Albers. Suzuki waiting on deck. Orioles had a 3-0 lead in the ball game, then a 6-run 4th inning. Put the A's up 6-4. Orioles got one back in the 4th on the Patterson home run, and have made it a 6-4 game here. Here's Corey, who's got the homer. Throw over to get Barton back to the bag.
Yeah, so you got a contact hitter. And if you get into one of those running counts, 2-0, 2-1, where you have to throw a strike, and we've seen Bob Guerin be very aggressive.
Everybody was looking down to Mike Gallego, third base coach here, and see if the runner goes. Nope. And a slow roller, only plays at first base to hot up. Barton goes down to second, 1 away.
They do a nice job, even if they hit slow rollers and advancing runners. It just
they do.
Yeah, it just seems like they just do the little things, and maybe it's just we see them all the time, and they've won 6 out of the 8 games.
Well, there is, don't you think, a philosophy that's settled in. When you go to Oakland, you understand that you're going to play small ball if you're going to play there.
Yeah, you're right. I really think that. And you got young pitchers now. You had the college guys when you had Zito and Hudson and Mulder and whatever. And we're going to do little things. We're not going to beat ourselves. We're going to make the plays, even though, as you mentioned last night, not having a great month with the glove. But otherwise. And we were there. You weren't with the club then, but they had like Black Tuesday where everybody got sent out. Billy Beane doesn't mess around.
No. And they're worried. I say they. I mean, some of the players are concerned that if this team does not pull within 6, 7 games by the All-Star break, that Billy Beane will be trading again, and that they'll move some of these players that other teams are going to be interested in, and he may just do that if they're not. He doesn't think they're going to make a run at it. So.
Yeah, they're talking about, again, Crisp, because Crisp was one guy. Sheets, who's pitched tonight, Ben threw the ball he had 97 on the radar gun, even though he maybe didn't pitch as well as he'd like.
That one down the line, it is curving, and that's going to be a foul ball.
But they're going to get Brett Anderson, who they signed long-term, a terrific young pitcher. I talked to Dallas Braden Day. It looks like hopefully he'll be done with these elbow things. And so again, they got the nucleus of good young pitchers and a good bullpen.
And Sweeney's another name being talked about, that if deals are struck, there are teams interested in him. Ty Wigginton's name for the Orioles is certainly coming up as a player some clubs might be interested in to add. There's
Dallas Braden,
who's got the sore elbow, but they hope is not going to have to go in the DL and will be able to make his next start, as he missed the one in the ball game last night. So as you get close, it's the end of July. It's the trading deadline, so-called. That after that, you got to pass players through waivers in order to trade them. You don't before the end of July. 3-1 delivery, and that is a strike on the outside corner. Kurt Suzuki grounded out, reached on an error and scored, and is flied out, robbed of the base hit, probably an extra base hit by Markakis his last time up. Barton on at second base. Very big potential run here in the top of the 7th inning. 3-2.
Yeah, there's a good sinker. I'll tell you what, when Matt Albers comes in and he gets the ball sinking, he invariably will talk to other teams and they say, boy, he's got good stuff. And when he's on his game, he does. It's just a matter of consistency. What's it take to get the ball to sink, and can I get that curveball or the new slider he worked on in spring training over?
3-2 delivery, hammered foul again.
And you try to read the bat, and it's very difficult. Again, hadn't pitched since Thursday, but when you throw the ball on the inside part of the plate, when you're pitching a lot, or maybe a little bit older, better in tune with your mechanics, then you move it over. Or you throw the breaking ball. I mean, I got a pretty good read right there. He's on that fastball. He's one of their better hitters, well over 300 with runners in scoring position. You can't give up another run trailing by 2. So throw him a slider down and away. You worked on it.
3-2 delivery. Suzuki will take it and it gets the walk. So runners on at first and second now. Sets up the possible double play again. Only the second walk drawn in the ballgame tonight by the Oakland hitters, as Millwood gave up only one. Mark Hendrickson did not surrender a walk in the 4 batters face. Albers the free pass, 1 away, 2 on. Kuzminov coming up. He is grounded out, struck out, and flied out. He has not had a hit in the series, going 0 for 8.
Matt Wieters doing a nice job because you have a guy out of the bullpen. How do you want to pitch to Kuzminov? Well, that'll work. No, maybe it won't because you don't get the call. Looks like he got the inside corner.
They're taking some tough pitches here in this series, the A's are, and for the most part they have been right, and that the call on close pitches that they've taken have been balls.
Well, again, having an idea until you get to 2 strikes what you want to hit. I saw Jim Scanlon, the batting instructor, and was with Milwaukee. Had the big sluggers over there.
Keeping tabs on all the swings of his head.
Well, they're talking to Cliff Bennington, who's hitting 450. I'd be hanging around my hitting instructor, too, or I'd be hanging around my hitter that's hitting 450.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery to him. That ball grounded to third. Tejada's up with it. There's one. Relay to first, and a fine double play. It remains a 2-run difference. 7th inning stretch time. Brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey. Please drink responsibly.
Again, a sinker ball. I mean, you don't get to see this arm slot very often, so he'll come in and try to protect the lead. They have a good bullpen. I've been struggling a little bit. Runs in 6 of the last 14 outings in the month of June. April and May, 253 ERA, under 2 runs a game. So again, unconventional. Big breaking ball, and you're right, he can pitch every day.
Ziegler among the American League relievers. 38 innings. Ranks tied for second in that regard. And right-handers, 202. Just 202 for righties. Left-handers, 375. So Ziegler on as Sheets is out. 4 runs rather, surrendered on the 7 hits in the ball game over 6 innings. So Sheets gets a chance to win his fourth. Millwood still the pitcher of record for the Orioles. Here's Tejada, and Ziegler's pitch to him was taken for a strike. Bottom half of the seventh inning. And you just have to adjust to the angle of the delivery. That submarine pitch, and when you can get it right there, it's tough. Foul tip for a strike.
Really is. I mean, great run, pretty good velocity, 89. You just don't see. I mean, it's all. You talk to any hitter, it's about being able to pick the ball up. How deceptive is it? Where's the release point? And you don't see a release point from this arm angle. Maybe what, once, twice a year?
0-2 delivery on the way, and got him to chase. And Tejada just really upset. He got jammed inside, got set up for the pitch away.
I think he wants to turn around and hit left-handed because of that 375 you talked about. I mean, just a good breaking ball. And again, pitching is, are you deceptive? What kind of your stuff? Here's your HH great Expo. He gets him in the wave with that ball down and away, and then can you execute your pitches? And he does a nice job of it there.
Markakis 0 for 3 in the ball game, 1 for 5 in the 2-game set. And Ziegler way inside to him. And you can just see by looking at the advantage the left-handers have. I mean, the pitch is coming from the third base side. They get a great view of it, and coming right into the swing territory, taken down low, 2-0. The Orioles down by only 2 after having the 3-0 lead earlier in the ball game. Sheets 4 runs, 3 earned, 7 hits, 6 innings worked. Gave up the home run to Patterson inside, and falls behind 3-0. None of those 3 close to Markakis. He'll take it. He can get on here and get the potential tying run to the plate in the 7th inning. 3-0, taken all the way. It's in there for a strike.
Well, here it is, and again, almost like a knuckle scraper. There's your spine angle changes, and there's the walk.
Well, Markakis is on with 1 away. Stop by High Top's Backstage Grill on York Road in Timonium on Wednesday, July 7th. For an Orioles alumni viewing party, former O's outfielder Joe Orsulak will be there. Joe's going to be meeting fans at High Tops from 6 to 8. The O's will be facing the Tigers on Masson HD in a game at 7. For complete details, go to OriolesReach.com. Here's Ty Wigginton. He's had an 0 for 3 in the ball game. 1 down, 1 on, and a 1-strike count. Wigginton looking for his first hit in these 2 games. He's 0 for 7. And he gets one. Way back left field. Ty Wigginton. Goodbye. Home run. Tie game. His first home run after having gone 30 games without one ties this ball game up.
It's going to be the 4th home run of the year. And there's your sinker that doesn't sink. 81 inside, foot gets down. Boy, does he propel this ball out of here in a hurry.
14 home runs on the season. Wigginton with 42 RBIs. And Ziegler could just watch it go. And there he goes. And this ball game is now tied 6-6. Sheets and Millwood are non-decisions. And the ball game is turned over completely to the bullpen. So the Orioles have battled back, bottom of the 7th, to tie it. first baseman, the first this season. And for Wiggy, his first home run since May 22nd.
So he gets Ziegler out of the game, and Cedric Bowers, who pitched in Japan, pitched in Korea, up and down this season, called up early, then back to Sacramento, their AAA affiliate. Last year pitched for the Phillies at their AAA, Lehigh Valley. So Ziegler doesn't throw any home runs. I mean, 2 home runs last year in 73 innings. That's the 4th one of the year. And as you mentioned, Wigginton ties one all on. And there you go, tie ball game.
So Bowers, the 32-year-old left-hander, working to Scott. Luke has had 3 walks in the game and has scored twice. And a 1-strike count on him. So Ziegler works just a third of an inning, gives up 2 runs on 1 hit, a strikeout and a walk. And Ty Wigginton brings the Orioles back from what had been a 6-3 deficit to a tie ball game. 0-1 delivery. Scott will take it in the air. That is deep. Left center field, way back. And goodbye! Home run! And Luke Scott has hurt himself rounding the bases. He pulled a hamstring. Scott coming around first, pulled a hamstring. He will limp home with a home run that gives the Orioles the 1-run lead in the ball game.
Well, you're hoping it's a cramp.
His 12th home run of the season, and a hamstring while circling the bases is what it looks like.
Yeah, Bowers throwing a home run to Joey Votto of the Reds, and this ball just keeps going. You know, it almost like I'm hoping it's a cramp because it didn't look like he made any movement. Obviously excited, going around the bag. I just don't know. Of course, it's not a very warm night here. I mean, it's a perfect night to play. So you're hoping it's nothing serious.
Boy,
we're having trouble enough scoring runs. Not that the scoreboard tonight tells you that.
Limping down the stairs and heading back to the clubhouse. Scott's 12th home run, his 30th RBI. What a night he's had. On base all 4 times with 3 runs scored. So the Orioles have back-to-back home runs off 2 different pitchers, and Juan Samuel's team has battled it again. Last cycle, August 14, Felix Pie did it against the Angels last year. Jones needs a triple in this ball game as he's had his 13th home run, 2 RBIs, a double, an RBI, and a single. And the Orioles are back on top, 7-6. And Bowers greeted with a homer by Scott, delivered to Jones, and that will be inside. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. And the Orioles using the long ball in this game. 3 home runs for the O's of 3 different pitchers. 2-2 delivered. And a strike called in the inside corner. 2 down.
Yeah, pretty nice pitch there. I mean, 94, and this one hits 93, knee-high inside corner. Right where the glove is, or close to it.
Two down, nobody on, and that will bring Matt Wieters up. Wieters 0 for 3 in the ball game. Still has that 6-game hit streak that he started the night with. Oakland has given up a lot of home runs. Their staff overall 11th in home runs surrendered. The Orioles have given up more home runs than any other team in the American League.
Well, the amazing thing is, 59 now on the road, only 22 at home.
There's that ERA jump right there.
Yeah, I mean, the ERA is 2.88 at home and 5, and it's going to go up tonight. Over 5 runs a game, 5.08 on the road. Just an amazing disparity between home and road. I mean, because we all know that out in Oakland, good pitchers for it, but to that extent,
Apparently.
well, I mean, there's no plausible reason.
That'll be taken outside, and a 2-ball, 1-strike count on Wieters. 2 RBI homer by Wigginton, his 14th. Chase Ziegler out of the ball game. Scott first to face Bowers, his 12th home run to give the Orioles the lead 7-6. Wieters will take the pitch, and it misses, and it's 3-1. A happy Ty Wigginton on the left. Wiggy hoping the All-Star game might be his in an Orioles uniform with the first half that he's had. Here's the 3-1 delivery. That's a strike from Bowers, a fastball, and it's 3-2. So the Orioles trying to mount yet another comeback win. And their 4-game win streak ended, all of which had been victories coming from behind. 3-2 delivery. Wieters has got a base hit. He's got a 7-game streak, 1 for 4 in the ballgame.
Yeah, back in a lot quicker when you get the foot down and you're more balanced. And he just went out and got that fastball in the middle of the plate. And just easily. And again, bat head awareness, where the bat is. You don't have to swing hard to have good swings. Eddie Murray talked about it with Adam Jones. Little wider stance, get the foot down, and then boom, bat to the ball.
So with a runner on and 2 down, here's Scott Moore. He was denied a base hit on a great catch by Connor Jackson. His first time up since has been called out on strikes and popped out. He doesn't get to face left-handers very often. Only 3 at-bats against lefties. 0 for 3. 1-0 delivery and a strike taken. 1-1.
Pretty good reason right there, low and away at the knees. Did a nice job, though, when they had first and third early in the game of turning a double play, and he's not a normal second baseman in Scott Moore. So defensively, he's learning how to play second base. It'll be interesting if they take him out for defense. Because if you are, you probably would have hit Lugo here. But I think maybe Juan Samuel hoping for maybe extra base power.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Bowers' delivery to him gave it the extra base power swing, and a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Moore. Well, a ball game expected to be probably a defensive pitching duel has turned out to be an offensive battle. 13 runs combined on 19 hits. And he'll take it. And a 2 ball, 2 strike count on Moore.
Going to be the battle of the bullpen. And we've seen it. The last 4 Oriole wins, all because the bullpen came in and closed the door. They're going to have to do it for 2 more innings.
Orioles bullpen on this homestand has been outstanding. They're 3-0-1. 3 wins, no losses, and a save out of the bullpen. Orioles homestand 4-3 right now. Moore, that was close. Bowers trying to catch the outside corner, just missed. 3-2. David Hernandez. Ullman warming up in the bullpen. Albers, the benefactor of the lead here, and that's going to miss up high. The Orioles keep it going with 2 down, first and second.
Yeah, Kurt Young's going to come out. I mean, Ziegler didn't want to walk anybody, didn't want to give up a home run. Wigginton did that. Bowers comes in, they match up, and he gets a fastball in the middle of the plate. Scott belts it to left center. Orioles take the lead. And then Wieters keeps it alive, the hitting streak and the inning, and then he walks another guy. And it's not about stuff. He's got good stuff. It's, you know, from so many pitchers you see in the big leagues, it's about figuring out how to command the ball.
It is the term in the major leagues heard daily from about every single manager and pitching coach. Command of the fastball, number 1.
And then can you execute your pitches? It's a Red Sox, and that was a Kurt Schilling. Didn't execute my pitches. I saw Earl Weaver. I could come up with a different phraseology.
Yes, but you want to work here, so you're not going to do that.
Exactly.
2 down, and the breaking ball is in there for a strike. As Torres has singled 1 for 3. He's turned around for this at bat. Tyson Ross in the bullpen. His Sturs 257 right-handed, 218 left-handed. 0-1 delivery to him, and he punches it to right field, and that'll stay up for Sweeney. But the Orioles with back-to-back home runs here in the 7th inning, push 3 across. Wigginton with a 2 RBI homer, 14th of the year. Scott the solo shot, his 12th of the year. Orioles up by 1. In all 4 of them. Now they're trying to come back in a ball game where they also trailed by 3.
After leading by 3.
After leading by 3.
Yeah, and it was a really ugly 4th inning where the A's score 6 runs. But, you know, when you get 3 home runs, you expect to win this game. And, of course, you've already done that. Now your bullpen has been terrific, as you mentioned. Just had a wonderful weekend against the Nationals. It started with the Marlins on Thursday night. And again tonight, Henderson comes in. Alberts gets him out of trouble, gets a big double play ball. So you're going to match up now, Ullman, and then you got Hernandez right behind him to get to Simone, who had a nice weekend. So
and this is what Juan Samuel has been preaching to the ball club. Stay in these ball games so I get to manage at the end and get to do the things we supposedly need to do to give you an opportunity to succeed.
Yeah, now you match up, and you know, everybody, especially the bullpenners, have been talking about knowing your role. And you know, you got a left-hander, Sweeney, who hits lefties pretty well. You got Will Ullman, a left-handed pitcher. His job is to get left-handers out.
Try and keep that leadoff man off in particular here for a ball club that can manufacture runs, as we've seen. Sweeney leading it off. He has singled, walked, and popped out. Ryan Sweeney has scored a run in the ball game. We go to the 8th inning. Matt Albers now the pitcher of record for the Orioles, as Albers worked an inning and gave up just 1 walk. Nice catch. Hang a star down there for number 10. That's for Jerry Coleman in San Diego. A 2-strike count on Sweeney. And that'll be taken down low for a ball. Sweeney 250 against the lefties, 306 against right-handers.
Yeah, and he's a line drive hitter, so you know you're going to have to make a good swing because he's not going to overswing. I mean, he doesn't come out of his shoes trying to hit home runs. That's not his M.O.
Ullman has held the lefties to just a 205 average, 9 for 44. 2 ball, 2-strike count. Well, the Orioles have battled back, and let's see if they can hang on here against the A's and set up a rubber match for the final game of the series tomorrow night. Sweeney swings through it, and he is gone. Time to text in your vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. Here are the candidates tonight. Big night for Adam Jones. Double, single, home run, 3 RBIs. For Luke Scott, he has delivered with 3 runs, including the home run that's put the team on top. And Corey Patterson, he has reached with a single and a homer and a catcher interference call. Cast your vote at 51862, A, B, or C. That'll be it for Ullman as he gets the job done against the left-hander with the strikeout. David Hernandez will come on to face Ellis with one down in the eighth and nobody on.
Yeah, he's really been a good 2.13 ERA as a reliever, and only one earned run in 10 innings pitched out of the bullpen. He's reached 99 miles per hour. Came in on Sunday, struck out a couple. That's pretty much his job here. Try to get through this eighth inning. Goes, at least assume the way Juan Samuel's managed. Simone will come in to pitch tonight.
Ellis will foul the first pitch back. Ellis has singled twice, scored a run, and grounded out. The Orioles got the early lead with 2 runs in the second inning and 1 in the third. 2-run homer by Jones, RBI double by Jones. Patterson has an RBI home run, and then Wigginton a 2 RBI homer. Scott an RBI homer and a base hit for Ellis. So he's got a 3-hit ball game with 1 away in the 8th inning. He represents the potential tying run at first base.
Yeah, 95 gets turned around pretty quickly because that's what they're looking for. So you still need to make good pitches. And that ball in the middle of the plate, and Mark Ellis, again, a very good fastball hitter, just pings it into left field. So now all of a sudden, we've seen so much in tonight's game for both clubs as Jack Cust will get loose.
Cust will take over in the DH role. He's the 3rd DH they've had in the ball game. Gabe Gross started. He had an RBI, run scored, 1 for 2. Rosales came on, grounded out. And now Jack Cust will take over the role. For Cust on the year, 288, 2 homers, 11 RBIs, 2 for 3 as a pinch hitter. David Hernandez with a runner on at first against Cust. And 1 out.
And he's been red hot, at least over the last 19 games. And, 339, a couple home runs, 8 RBIs. And if you've ever seen him hit, and he was with the Orioles briefly, and he's up there to get a pitch to drive. And he's got a very selective eye at the plate as far as doesn't chase too many bad pitches.
Runner at first, 1 out. Cust will take that one for a strike.
And he's got power to all fields, too. Kind of a nice guy to have come off the bench.
He's had a very good month of June, 308 with a couple of home runs, 65 at bats. A grinded out ball game here at Camden Yards. Here's the 0-1 delivery to Cust. That will miss just a bit. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Where? We have no idea, but it's kind of somewhere. That was down the middle, kind of. Well, the A's, they love to play the 1-run games, 13-7.
One ball, 1 strike. On first base, Ellis. Cust, that goes through everybody. Down to second base. No throw to be made. Ellis gets there. Cross up. It's a wild pitch.
No, Matt just doesn't block it. I mean, not an easy play, but this is why you work all those times. Just a curveball right through the wicket.
So that moves that potential tying run into scoring position.
And you got a veteran guy with a, slightly above speed. So, we've already seen that when he took off from third to tie it up. I mean, great instincts at second base in Mark Ellis.
2 ball, 1 strike count. Cust takes it, and it goes to 3-1.
See, 98 miles per hour, but Jack Cust only swings at strikes unless you get to 2 strikes. And he's got that kind of batting eye. Always has.
Pennington is waiting on deck. Cust 0 for 4 in the times he's faced David Hernandez. 3-1. Hit the big cut, and it goes to 3-2.
They're well behind that fastball and a fastball count.
Cust will strike out. 34 strikeouts, 17 walks on the season for him. Hernandez with the 3-2 count. As Torres will play close to second on Ellis. Don't want to give him too big a lead. Representing that 7th potential tying run in the ball game. Here's the 3-2, and Cust launches it foul. A real battle in this one. Or pitchers and hitters. We've seen some good matchups at the plate. Outstanding defense, particularly in the outfield for both teams in this game. Mark Hendrickson worked an inning out of the pen, gave up 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Albers an inning, 1 walk. Will Ullman, he got the out he needed on Sweeney with a strikeout, 3rd of an inning. 3-2 delivery. And Cust is gone, struck him out.
Well, second strikeout of the inning, 1 by Ullman, and then right here some high gas, 3-2. Like we said, he's not going to expand till you get to 2 strikes, and then right here, 97 up the ladder. You can see, I mean, what a great angle there by H.H. Gregg. The Expo showing you, ball already by him.
So Hernandez needs 1 more to keep this lead. Cliff Pennington has singled, walked, scored a run, and has popped out. Pennington will take that one to center, straight away. Adam Jones, end of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. Bottom half of the 8th coming up. The Orioles have a 1-run lead. 16, 5 days of training, current and former O's, and free membership to the Junior Orioles Dugout Club. You'll also have a chance to play here at Oriole Park. Registration open for the July 19 to 22 Orioles Summer Camp. That's going to be at Memorial Park in York, PA. For information, details on other locations, 410-472-3500 or go to Orioles.com. Young man who's going to be there. There's Raja Davis. He comes on to play in left field for Connor Jackson. And the bullpen, Tyson Ross.
Yeah, number 2 draft choice out of the University of California. Only 22 years of age. Actually turned 23 back in April. So we saw him, pretty good arm. And they're letting him learn how to pitch here at the big leagues. A couple of starts didn't do well. ERA of over 7 runs a game in those, but only allowed to run, or at least I guess run in 2 of the last 8 appearances. So learning how to pitch out of the bullpen at a very young age.
Tyson Ross has faced the Orioles in 4 previous games, and the Orioles have picked up 5 runs off him in 4 1/3 innings. A strike taken by Corey Patterson. He faces the top of the order. Patterson, interesting night. A single, a catcher's interference, his 4th home run, and robbed of a base hit by Pennington his last time up on a ground ball up the middle. Corey in the leadoff spot with Tejada and Markakis to follow. As we are in the bottom of the 8th, each team with 10 hits, but the Orioles have the additional run and lead it by 1.
Tyson Ross, 6'6", so he's all arms and legs, and he throws in the middle 90s. 90, there's 97. That's a man of just trying to, again, figure out how to throw that stuff over. He's got a hard breaking ball, and again, funky windup.
Ross 1 and 2. Patterson will take that to right, and he's got a base hit. So Corey continues to produce at the plate. He's got a 5-game hit streak, and he's got 3 hits in this ball game.
So it got thrown out early in the game, but you got to imagine. Watch this. Fastball by him, and here comes the slider. Speed up to bat. Young man's mistake. Corey says, thank you very much. I'm not missing this pitch too often. Very hittable slider, and he pings it into right. And you got to assume that he's going to try to run at some point here.
Corey Patterson on. He was thrown out in the 1st inning, attempting to steal off the starter Ben Sheets. Now he's on with the base hit, the 11th for the Orioles, and a 1-0 count on Tejada.
Yeah, not much of a lead on the first pitch. John Shelby, the first base coach, goes over and says something. There you get that little much better lead here.
And he'll take it inside. Tejada singled his first time up for the 1-for-4 that he has in the ball game. Orioles trying to add, obviously. They'll get a more than 1-run lead to take to the 9th inning. 2-0 count. Back into the screen, 2-1. Orioles 13-11 in 1-run ball games. They are 2-6 against the A's. A's have already guaranteed themselves a season series win, but the Orioles have got a chance in this particular 3-game set to set up a deciding game tomorrow if they can win this one. 2-1 delivery. That one to deep left field. That is way back. And goodbye home run, Miguel Tejada. That's good for 2 and a 9-6 lead.
Yeah, check this one out. This ball gets it out of here extremely quickly. I mean, just a rocket into left field stands. 4th home run tonight for the Orioles.
Number 6 on the year for Tejada. RBIs 31 and 32. So the Orioles have taken advantage of all 4 pitches and have 1 home run off each. Sheets, Ziegler, Bowers, and Ross. And now have a 9-6 lead in the ballgame. Nick Markakis That one to second base. Ellis up. And Markakis is retired. One away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Well, the Orioles using the long ball against a team which has surrendered a few, but the Orioles now with 63 home runs on the year. 5 homers combined in the ball game ties the season high in a game on May 1st against Boston. 4 by the Orioles and the 3 RBI homer by Crisp for the A's. 1-0 delivery. Wigginton. Ty's got one of the home runs. He got it, and the Orioles really needed it in the 7th inning to tie the ball game up, his 14th of the year. Getting out of a 30-game run in which he had not had one, as he has been the Orioles' leader this season in long balls and still is with 14. Adam Jones right behind him now with 13. And that is a strike to a 2.
Yeah, lead off walk and then the home run right here.
And he got it against the sidearmer, Brad Ziegler, way inside to him. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Wigginton.
Well, for those of us who have pitched, we know if you don't make good pitches to guys that can hit home runs, they hit home runs. It's the way it is. I mean, nice adjustment by Miguel Tejada after Ross fell behind him. Late on one fastball, bat head to the ball. Another home run.
3-2, and he wants it. In that ball game against Boston, the Orioles had a 5-homer game. That's their high on the year. Still only 1 down.
Now you go from 59 home runs to 64 right away.
Jake Fox, with his parents and grandparents on hand, is going to get a chance. As Luke Scott is out of there as the DH. We do not have a medical on him yet. He hit the home run, and when coming around first base, appeared to suffer either a cramp or a hamstring pull, and is out of the ball game. And Jake Fox, the newest of the Orioles, gets the chance. And he's doing it, of course, against a team he played with, the A's. 39 games this year. Hit .214, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs with the A's. 0-1 delivery to him, and that's down low, 1-1. So Fox would like nothing more than to get one here against the ball club, but let him go in the 22nd for Ross Wolf, the right-hander from the Orioles organization. 1-1 delivery. Thought about it and went around. Home plate umpire Marty Foster making the call, 1-2.
Yeah, they characterized his hitting style after playing for the Cubs last year at 5 different positions as too aggressive. Wanted him to be. And he said, I didn't want to give him the cookie early on. I mean, I'm an aggressive hitter. But when you talk to them, it's just a matter of getting better pitches to hit. Right there, he doesn't really get a whole lot. And then Tyson Ross makes a perfect pitch down and away.
The strikeout, the first for Ross, and a big hand for Adam Jones.
And there it is, 97 with great life. Going to get a lot of hitters out.
Jones, the home run, is 13th, an RBI double, a single, and has been called out on strikes. A 3 RBI ball game for Adam, and a triple here, and he will have the cycle. Runner at first base. There are 2 down. Down to first, gloved. Barton will go to the bag. Jones is retired, but the Orioles get 2 more. Miguel Tejada with Patterson on base, having led it off with a single, delivers his home run. Good to extend that lead 9-6 to the 9th. Camden Yards. And Fredo Simone is coming on to try and pick up the save.
Well, that he is. Turned 29 back in A. I mean, great weekend. Got a win, got 2 saves. Great split-fingered fastball over the weekend. Throwing in the mid-90s. Occasionally wild. That's where you get into the roller coaster rides, because he will walk some people. But he's got good stuff. Signed as a minor league free agent back in 2008. And about 14 months ago, he'd had Tommy John surgery, so quite a medical wonder getting out there that quickly, and had great stuff in spring training. Sent to the minor leagues, called up, hurt a hamstring, and he's back as a closer.
Kogo Chris, top of the order to lead it off. A home run, his second of the season, good for 3 RBIs. 1 for 3 officially, and a sacrifice. Simone gets it in there for a strike. The Orioles and the A's are going to play tomorrow. If the Orioles hang on and win this one, it will be for the series. Jake Arrieta 2-1. Trevor Cahill 7-2 are the starters for tomorrow night's ball game.
And there's the split finger fastball, 10 miles per hour slower. And it's nice to be able to throw strike 1 with a 97 mile per hour heater. Frank Kranitz, the Oriole pitching coach, said the 2-seam fastball that he learned last year before he hurt his elbow, what a difference.
And a real good pitch on that one. Crisp had no chance of finding it.
Yeah, the bottom drops out on the splitter when he throws it properly.
And the way he's pitching when he throws like that, with Gonzalez scheduled to be back sometime sooner than later. Juan Samuel just smiled the day before the game when asked about the closing situation. I said, what do you do when Gonzalez comes back? And he said, I don't know. Things kind of work their way out, don't they?
Boy, what is Andy McPhail, the president of baseball operations, you never have enough pitching?
Yep. Seems in most cases when you have these kind of personnel changes coming up, something always happens right before you get there that dictates what you end up doing. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Barton will take it, and it's in there for a strike. We understand Luke Scott out of the ball game with a left hamstring strain. And he limped in on the home run and then limped down the stairs to the clubhouse. What a tough break for the Orioles and for Luke Scott as he pulls the hammy on a home run trot. Barton with a 2-ball, 1-strike count. He has 2 singles in the ball game, 2 for 4.
And again, remember, 3rd in the American League in walks, and that's what he's trying to do, down by 3.
Derek Barton is 5th in foul balls coming into this ball game in the American League. How about that? Dustin Pedroia leads the league. 47% of Pedroia's swings end up as foul balls. And then it's Ichiro, Cantu, Joey Votto, Kelly Johnson, and Barton tied at 249 foul balls coming into today's play. 5th most. 2-2 delivery on the way, and that will be taken inside. Let's update you on the AT&T Player of the Game voting. So far, Adam Jones on top. You still have time to cast your vote, A, B, or C. 51862, the results on the O's Extra post-game show. Simone trying to wrap this up. Elber's looking for the win. He would be 3-3. Bowers would be the loser, 0-1. Simone after his 10th save. 3-2 delivery and a towering shot to right field, way back. Nick Markakis racing, reaching, and he's got it. A la Willie Mays in the basket. Nick Markakis.
Well, the gifted outfielders, they just have a sense. You can see him speed up right there, time it. And that's Paul Blair right there. Paul played center field, but again, great body awareness. We already saw him go down the line to rob one of the A's of a double.
Make that catch in a World Series, and you are part of baseball history's front page. 2 down. Raja Davis is getting his first at bat. Interesting that he came on to play for defensive purposes when the A's had a lead. And now he's up trying to keep it alive offensively. the Orioles win this, it'll mean that their last 5 wins have come in ball games where at some point they trailed by 3 or more runs.
Again, the bullpen. They just held the fort, at least to this point. And, even Will Holman, when he came in to face Ryan Sweeting in the 8th, if he had gotten on, Davis would have pinch run, and they would have brought Hernandez in, and all of a sudden he would have stolen the base because he stolen 26, or at least attempted it. Well, just a little nuances of the game.
A 2-ball, 1-strike count on Davis. Suzuki, cleanup batter, waiting on deck. The O's, 3-0 lead, 6-3 trail, lead again 9-6. They'll brush him off the plate, and a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Rajah Davis has struggled at the plate here in the month of June. He got out of a big slump here with a base hit in this series.
Well, that's why he's looking for a walk. Any way to get on base.
3-1 delivery to him. He's taking it. It's there for a strike. So the A's down to the final strike to work with. Rajah Davis, 2 down, 9th inning. Three-two delivery, and he'll foul it away. 21,392, 21392, the announced attendance on Matt Wieters' bobblehead night. And they are on their feet. Juan Samuel's Ball Club looking for their 24th win of the year. Here's the 3-2 again. Davis, a grounder towards third. Tejada's up. And it's in the books for the O's as they battle back to get the win. A 9-6 victory, powered by 4 home runs and another outstanding job by the Orioles bullpen. There's your final line, 9-12-2 for the O's, the A's 6-10-1.